One. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to the KBMOD podcast, episode 123. It is the new year. We are in 2014, and it is, for all you fucking lazy people out there, January 5th. January 5th at the time of recording this podcast. So there you go. I said the date. And if you listen to this after the fact, as I say every single week, then it doesn't have any relevance to you. So congrats on this podcast live. But good to be in the new year with the podcast. We also have Tetraninja on the podcast this week to help us go through the single-player co-op and co-op game award.
He's our subject matter expert, so to
he
speak.
Is. Yeah, because Tetra plays all the games. So good to have you here.
All the games. Oh, I love to be here. And this is the first podcast I've been where Scott's actually been here. So I'm excited.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Scott for guesting as well.
I'd like to thank actually the entire cast for guesting this week.
Yeah, actually, I've been gone for I think
DJ
3
Apollo
weeks in a row.
Doesn't have any gigs tonight, so.
It was a lonely cast last week.
Yeah. All right, so are we going to talk about? I guess we should probably real quick. We have a lot of games to go over for this award, so we probably should talk about what we've been doing though. A little bit, as far as maybe.
How about you start? I want to hear what you've been doing.
Should I? What I've been doing? Okay. Well, other than my unemployment and chronic masturbation, which continues pretty strong this week.
Nice.
Status.
You dried out?
I didn't dry out, but it's getting to the point where it's like, do I really want
chafing?
to tonight? I don't need to. You know what I mean? I don't.
No more. You
But
don't have
I
any
can
more
jerk
tricks.
off and then go to sleep. Yeah, it's like it's a toss up. So I'll see later after the cast.
Oh, it's a toss, all right.
It's a toss-up. At this point, soon my dick's going to be spitting out just flakes of semen that have dried at the bottom of my balls or something.
When you come, it's going to sound like...
Please no more, it's going to say. But as far as...
Water!
I ain't got no more spunk, sir.
Play me a fucking clunge, lad.
It's rough times for my semen and my wallet right now. You know, I'm really exhausted with both. Anyway, welcome to the cast. If you're just joining us, welcome to Hold My Duck. You just subscribed as well. I have been playing 2 games: League of Legends, as always, and the other game I've started getting into is actually Nether, which is in beta right now.
I played that today too.
Yeah. So yeah, we got to play together, Nick. We haven't played together yet, but I messed around with Sark yesterday for like 4 or 5 hours, and then the day before, and it's fun. It's like I don't know, Daisy light. I would call it. It's not as hardcore. It's a little simpler.
Made by an idiot. Sorry.
Whoa.
I played that game for 5 minutes, Scott, and was immediately rammed in the ass by like 6 demons. And so I was like, yeah, fuck this game. I'm out.
It's really brutal to spawn in. I mean, it's playing by yourself, I don't know how much fun it would be, but when you actually meet up with someone, I mean, I guess you could say that about Daisy too, but once you meet up with someone, it's really fun. And the cool stuff they're doing is they're adding, as the game progresses, they've been adding different things that you can do in different missions. So, like, there's different vendors in the game, and then there's these safe zones. So, like, some stuff you can do is you can pick up this package that has to go, like, all the way across the map. When you get that across the map successfully, you get like XP and you can buy stuff. And anyway, the environments and stuff are pretty cool, and they fixed a lot of the performance issues that were plaguing it earlier. So I definitely recommend. I mean, it's like you can get it for $15, and I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I'm gonna keep playing it. So anyway, I've been playing that, and then League of Legends, and also we did talk about this in the precast a little bit. But if you have not seen the Bo Burnham special on Netflix or on YouTube yet, you're really doing something wrong because you need to fucking watch it. It's fucking line. So anyway, that's me. What about you, Daniel? What have you been?
I mostly was getting back into BF4 this week after burning myself out on Hearthstone while I was on vacation because it was like the only game I could play on my laptop. So I played tons and tons of Hearthstone while I was out at my parents'. Yeah, basically BF4, COD 4 a bit, as I've been breaking in the streaming PC, trying to work the kinks out with that. But
you sold on the streaming PC, can never go back.
I am sold. I'm sold simply because like now you don't think there's anything going on with like OBS, but then you play without it and.
Your
I mean,
quality
it's-
skyrocketed. It looks amazing.
So BF4, tons of that, which has a bunch. COD 4. I played through the Bioshock Infinite DLC. I got that for $5 on the Steam sale, the season pass. Burial at Sea is pretty fucking amazing. We played through it on the Friday stream. If you've played through Infinite and you don't have the season pass, even if you don't care about Clash in the Clouds or whatever the hell that is, buy Burial at Sea if you can. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I don't even have, that ending.
Good.
And I don't even have any real connection to Rapture gaming wise for me.
Really?
Yeah. So,
gotta
but
catch
I
up
was
on
still blown away.
Yeah.
So, but Nick Fenton was right. He tweeted me. He's like, suffers the same problem as the main game where it just blows its load at the end, and it pretty much does.
It's not as bad in this because it's only like a 2-hour experience. So.
Right. So, but that was pretty awesome. But that's been about it. BF4 seems to have ironed out a lot of the problems as well. I hadn't played it for a couple weeks because I've been gone and various other things. So,
Yeah,
But
same.
it
I
seems
don't
to-
crash in between maps anymore. At least I wasn't yesterday at all.
yeah. So it seems to be doing a lot better. But that's been about about it for me. So.
Cool. All right. What about, let's see, I'm just going by order. The Screen Hex. What have you been up to?
This week, let's see. I got back into WoW, which I think might have been a terrible mistake. I'm actually playing it right now. I've been staunchly in the camp of I refuse to ever pay for a MMO again, and then I went back to this, and now I remember why I paid for this to begin with, because it's still 7 years after I played it. A lot of fun if you have a group to play with.
So it's like the promise that you wouldn't buy another EA product.
Yeah.
Another Call of
No,
Duty
see, I
game.
never
I was waiting for
said I
that one.
wouldn't ever
Waiting
go
for
back
that
to
one.
WoW.
Brandon, kill him.
Get him! Get him!
Bang, 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 bang. Putting on the silencer.
Poison dart in the jungle.
The poison tip dart. Brandon not only bringing the jungle trap beats, but also the jungle weaponry. Kill him.
Oh man! So yeah, I've been playing WoW the last couple days. I've been playing some Starbound. I've played that a couple times now, which I think it's a fun game. I think once they stop wiping characters, it will be more fun. But with a group, basically at this point, all I've played is stuff that you kind of need to play with friends for it to be fun. So just a lot of like little streams and stuff I can play with friends. Nothing really that crazy. Mostly WoW the past couple days.
Cool. All right. You really.
Your UI's hideous. Stop with that stupid pre-made skinning UI crap.
Dude, it's so much easier than me having to remember
What
how
did
to
you
use
get?
all this crap. I just am using Spartan UI and Titan Panel.
No, get Elv. Elv is really good.
I used Elf, and
Bartender shadowed unit frames.
seriously, I'll be able to use Elf in like a week after I remember how to play this game, but it's so minimalist. I was like, I have to learn some more before I can play with a minimal UI at this point.
All right. What about you, Blah? What you been up to?
I have also been on the WoW grind. I don't know. It's. I think I mentioned last week that I was playing it, but it really doesn't have me like it used to. I mean, I've been playing it a lot, absolutely, but I'm already starting to slow down. And what happened, originally I splurged when I first got back in. I was dropping maybe like 6 hours a night, like the first 2 nights, and then after that it was maybe like 4 hours, and now I'll play for like 2 hours and be like, all right, I need to go do something else now. It's still probably the best MMO out there, like WoW like MMO. I'm not counting things like EVE Online and whatnot, but it probably still does what it does the best as compared to all the other things that are out there trying to rip it off. Even Final Fantasy XIV is a nice looking game, but it just can't measure up to WoW. But it's just not the game it used to be. It never will be again. It's an age past. But that's pretty much all I've been playing. I did get to play a little bit more Risk of Rain. I'm still terrible at that game. I need some pointers from Tim or Lethal Frag or somebody, because that game is super hard. Super difficult.
Cool.
Yeah, that's me.
What about you, Tetra? What you been up to?
Still recovering from the end of last year, so I don't know. Long story short, 2 new
Hibernation?
consoles. No, well, I had to I moved into this place and then we had renovations going on, so I couldn't work when the people were here. So I was staying at like 6 a.m. every day, and then just playing video games, recording. And then I thought I'd get like a rest near the end of December, and then we went to that stupid YouTube content thing. And I'm pretty sure that I was hit the hardest on that. By the end of it, I had like 600 videos claimed.
Jesus.
God.
Holy Christ.
600 out of like at the time 5,200, and by the end of it, I just kind of I let go of some series. I like deleted entire series, and then once that got solved, I got hit from Fox for the Family Guy game that I played last year.
God.
Dear God.
Oh, what a thing to take a strike on.
Yeah, and then so I've been kind of hesitant to upload because if I get another strike, I can't upload, and then if I get another strike, I can't. My channel gets terminated. So that kind of got resolved this week. And other than that, just doing the holiday stuff with the girlfriend. I don't do Christmas, but I do with my girlfriend. And there are things you need to know when you buy a house. Like when the winter is about to start,
Oh, God.
you need to empty out the pipes that lead outside.
Oh, so they don't. Oh,
Yep.
no.
That is a thing you should do.
So my girlfriend and I were about to head to IKEA, and then for some reason, it ended up being good that I actually left the light on my car on during the night. So that delayed us, so I had to jump start my car, and then you have to drive around for a bit to recharge the battery.
Mm-hmm.
So on the return car ride into the driveway, my girlfriend just runs out of the house and says, "A pipe burst in the garage, you have to turn off the water." And
God.
literally the garage was flooding full of water. So I had to run downstairs to turn that off. But if it weren't and we ended up spending 5 hours at IKEA. So if I didn't leave the light on in the car, the house would have been flooding with water for 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
God.
Well, that was good.
So it's kind of, yeah. So stuff like that, just playing the real life game.
You've been playing the game of life on fucking super hard difficulty.
Yeah, it's just
Dang.
yeah, that's basically it. Don't leave.
That's what happens when you buy a house, man.
Yeah, don't
That's
leave
it.
water in your pipes.
Yeah. The worst thing that just happened to me is my dog just tried to eat a bag of potatoes before the podcast. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Gino? It's a bag of potatoes, you dumb bitch. You don't even like potatoes.
Potatoes are
You're a
good.
dog.
You left them unattended. I wanted to eat them.
That is what Gino would sound like.
Yeah,
That is what he would sound like.
unattended.
Good idea.
Why does he sound kind of like Rocky?
Unstrung and retarded.
So yeah, no gaming. Just
Got
probably
it.
start that.
All right. Well, we'll definitely be using your knowledge from the past year to help us with the next section. So, like I said, good of you to be here. And then, John, what have you been up to?
WoW, some Battlefield 4, good bit of Counter-Strike level offensive, a little bit of COD 4 Pro mod, the normal, some TF2.
Nice. Well, you're like the most varied gamer on this podcast these past couple weeks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I try to play. I played Metro 2033 again. I'm trying to finish it for a second time. So
Nice. All right, Brandon. Last but not least, of course, never the least. What have you been up to?
Well, so I think I've missed 3 podcasts in a row.
Yeah.
So those 3 weeks encompassed most of my holiday traveling and things.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was gone, really the only stuff I could play, kind of like Dan, was Hearthstone on my laptop. So I played a bit of Hearthstone while I was at home visiting family. Played Skulls of the Shogun on iPad because it was free.
It's also on PC.
Yeah, it's also on PC, but it was free on the App Store right around Christmas. So I downloaded that, and that's pretty good. It's pretty well suited for iPad. So I think I've almost finished it. That's a pretty good game. And I also, so while I was gone, I was looking for games that I could play on my laptop, and I thought, oh, Rogue Legacy, that's cheap, and I can run it really easily. That game is so incredibly difficult. Maybe I'm just
Yeah.
maybe I'm just
No, it
bad
is.
or something, but
It-
I basically
it's
felt
incredibly hard.
the game the first 2 hours, like 2 or 3 hours that I played, the only way I can describe it is like if you're in WoW and you die and you have to corpse run, doing that for 2 straight hours. That's all it is. I felt
Kinda.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I corpse ran for 3 straight hours and got basically nowhere. I was leveling up. I was a higher number. That meant nothing.
The game is really, really hard.
It takes some investment, but that game sort of reverse snowballs in difficulty where the longer you play it, the easier it starts to get, and a little by little you can make more and more progress. The major jump in difficulty comes again once you start New Game Plus, and you can do New Game Plus something like 15 times in that game with the difficulty continuing to scale. I can't imagine ever doing that because the game itself is fairly bland after a while because all the enemies are just reskins of previous enemies and stuff, and it's kind of But
I literally, the longest I made it was probably through maybe 10 to 12 little areas. And that's
Yeah.
that's nothing. I made like maybe 500 coins in one run. I was like, this is just, it's so bad. So anyway, apparently it's really hard, but I found that, I didn't find that to be endearing. I found that to be just excruciating. So I haven't gone back
It
to
kind of is in the beginning.
Yeah. Before I left, I played some DayZ, and it was pretty rough when I tried it, but that was right when it started. So I want to dig back into that maybe in a few weeks once it's.
To comment on DayZ, I bought DayZ and ran it just for a few minutes, but right away I could tell the performance stuff had pretty much been ironed out.
Yeah, the performance is great.
Not
It was
in cities. When you're outside of cities, it's good. When you're in cities,
compared
it's
to
terrible.
the mod, I think the performance was really good, but it was all the server side stuff that was making it difficult to actually play the game. But I mean, it's good. I've watched streams of it. It seems like people are having a good time with it. I just wasn't able to. Like, I've spent probably an hour trying to find gear, and I couldn't find any gear in the first hour I played. So I was like, this seems like a bug and not the way the game is made.
possibly.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, like I said, that was right when it first came out. I haven't gone back to that yet. And I played some BF4 recently, and League. I'm actually kind of sad that I missed all the League Snowdown Showdown stuff, because they had an ARAM 1v1 or 2v2.
Yeah,
which
it was a fun,
which was
gimmicky
really
kind
cool.
of mode, but it was cool.
It was really
fun
cool, and
messing
I
with.
only got to play it like once or twice when I came back and realized that was a thing. So anyway, I had pretty varied gaming over Christmas break, but now we're back.
Nice.
What about Nick Fenton? Did we ask Nick Fenton?
Oh, I thought we did. No, did we not? Oh no, we didn't. I skipped Nick. Nope, sorry. Nick?
See,
Not the
I'm
first time that's happened.
I'm done personally and professionally.
No, Nick, tell me about Hearthstone and how easy it is.
Yeah.
I actually just lost my first rank game, but I also won 9 in a row, so it's pretty much still an easy fucking game for casuals. So I played against a guy that had real cards that weren't just like stock, so
What deck
Yeah.
are you using, Nick?
Shaman.
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 I
So
was
it's basically just like throw as many minions out and then buff. And then just
Yeah.
like take out 20 health.
Yeah, I was saying before the cast that I just well, I don't know how much of this I said, but I actually just started creating decks in Hearthstone because I finally finished all of
Well,
the
the
basic
default
cards.
decks are garbage. So
Right.
good.
Yeah,
I'm
so
glad.
that's why I was glad to finally get all the basic cards for every class so that I can start actually building decks. And I made a priest deck which is so much more powerful than any other deck I've created yet. And I started playing ranked with it. So that's actually been fun now that I have a deck that is apparently very competent. And so now I'm getting a little bit more addicted. I haven't spent any money on it, but I'm starting to want to spend money on it because I'm like a few cards short of making another deck that seems like it would be really good.
The only thing Hearthstone that makes me want to do is play Magic. That's what it makes me want to do. But no one plays Magic anymore, so
No.
there's that. Even though 2014 was on sale this week for $3.
Dude, I bought that and that game is garbage.
Nice.
Why?
He's never
just
gonna buy
don't
another
like
Wizards of the
If it's
Coast
like
product
2013
again.
To be fair, what Hearthstone has is the UI is super simple and it's easy. Like when I played Magic today, and I mean I know how to play it because I've played the other versions. But yeah, it's not as clean. It's kind of rough around the edges, but obviously it's Magic. It's Magic, so it's got the
charming,
depth there.
more so than other card games I've seen.
Yeah, it's very simple, which could either be a good or a bad thing depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I also started playing Nether in that game. Yeah, Scott talked about it. It's like DayZ for casuals.
Yeah.
So basically, all I play is games for casuals.
Yep.
And a little bit of Spite, and that's about it, I think.
This Mick.
All right.
Nice.
All right, Dan. Do we want to run a commercial on these?
Yeah,
these people, and then
we'll run
go
2
for-
minutes of advertisements for companies, and then get into the
sounds good.
round table.
Or-
Turn your ad
Escape
black
mod.
off, you fucking leeches. And
I got it.
Okay. And I'm careful.
Nice,
Subscribe.
man. I just made my shaman, and
Are
the
you
name
running it,
Mung
Brandon?
Tongue
I
was
just ran,
available.
yeah.
Okay.
The name Mung Tongue was available. I like that.
That's a good name.
Mung
That's a
Tongue.
good name right there.
Dang.
I'm telling you,
Uh.
I actually want to play you, Dan. I want to play you with this priest deck.
What is the
It's-
crux of the deck?
It's just,
Open with the cleric like every priest ever. Be a fucking bitch.
I got
Yeah.
rid of the clerics in my deck.
Really?
It's
That's
fucking annoying.
it's a draw deck. It's
Oh yeah.
I
it's a
actually the
powerful
funny
one
thing
in-
is
in casual.
I played a priest in ranked who had a very, very similar deck, and actually I think a slightly better deck. But he actually overextended and started burning cards because he had too many.
Yep.
And I ended up
Yep.
winning. I ended up winning. It probably took 30 turns.
Yeah. Yep, I've seen that. But I use Shadow Form, which is
Oh, okay.
slightly odd. I need a second one to really make it work, but yeah.
You know
And
who has
fuck
a
all
really
you
annoying
guys.
priest deck? Joel has a fucking annoying ass priest deck. He has the clerics and the shadow words or whatever, just all
That's-
up in there. And
That's
it's
every priest deck, though. Those are all
it's
basics.
fucking annoying.
Priest is not very
Yeah.
strong at high level, but it's really
It
good.
seems incredibly strong, like in early ranked.
Yeah, it really is. Especially with like Divine Spirit Inner Fire gimmicky bullshit, where you can make like characters of 2020 and just stomp somebody with one character. But
And then I'm like shit. And then I'm shaman. I'm just like, get hex, bitch.
Hex is a powerful
We got
card.
we got
a good
Alex
card.
up in the chat up in here. We got
Yeah, Alex, smash
Yeah,
the
hey,
black.
Alex.
Shout outs to
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah. Shout out, dude. What is?
Alex
shouting
should
out.
subscribe.
Can't.
Support-
Should.
support
Then they
Creator
wouldn't have to watch
Organization.
ads. Like an Alex.
I'm not giving that bitch
Alex
a shout
graduates in May, bros. He
I
graduates in
know.
May.
He needs to come to LA.
out.
Stat.
Man, I hate that kid.
All right, we're back.
Man, he's not even as good as a Canadian actor as Drake. Like, god damn.
All right.
Man. All right,
we
we're
are
back.
we are back, and we've had so many absences recently, but the awards have bled into 2014. But that's okay. We've got all our award posts up on the site so far that we've done. But the big two are still left: best single player co-op game, and of course, game of the year, which will be next week. I wanted to wait to do this until we had Tetraninja, of course, Nick, who plays every game under the sun, so he'll know. The
In
only
the Family
rule,
Guy game.
yeah,
Yeah. Jeez.
the only rule, of course, Nick, is that it had to be on PC this year. So GTA 5, The Last of Us, of course, not eligible
Gotcha.
for our awards.
Just to
But
be
we have
clear,
quite a
just to be
list.
clear, they chose not to be eligible.
Yeah, that's true.
By
That's
being
true.
on an
Like,
exclusive
it's
system.
console exclusive.
You'll see
Yeah.
GTA 5 next year, or this year, sorry. Eventually.
So we have a little longer list for this one, but I'll read down it first, then we'll kind of go through some. BioShock Infinite, Gone Home, Tomb Raider, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Gunpoint, Risk of Rain, DMC Devil May Cry, The Swapper, Dust: An Elysian Tale, which did come out on PC this year, was out on Xbox the year before. Spelunky, in that same boat. Remember Me, Saints Row 4, Path of Exile, and Metro Last Light. So, a bit long,
I think you missed one, Dan.
Oh, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is now in 7 million point font.
96 point bold.
You won't
I
forget it
think-
again.
Possibly forget that.
I think meaning that it wins.
Yeah, it
We're
is
done.
the biggest.
Congratulations. Okay,
So-
shortest podcast
Congratulations,
ever.
Euro Truck Simulator 2.
There it is.
Killzone Shadowfall has just been added to the list.
Oh my god.
Which, in a year when no other video games came out, might have won Game of the Year.
No, even then,
Even
no.
then, it wouldn't win.
we would have found some
That
flash
other
games.
PS4 launch game. Oh yeah, it's called Knack. Laughing my ass off. Okay.
Rise.
I
Oh my
forgot
god. Take Rise off of there, Duke Nukem.
Dude. Um,
I don't know why that's true.
It was out on PC.
Oh fuck.
Actually, they're all PCs because actually, an Xbox is really a computer. Break it down, so I don't know why we're segregating them.
damn.
You need to go back to sleep.
All right. First game on here, Bioshock Infinite. I think
That stays.
I think that
Who's
one's
gotta
going to go
say?
through.
that one's going to
Probably,
go
yeah.
through.
I think so.
Obviously, a masterpiece in many ways. So, I mean, not too much needs to be said. We've highlighted it on Best Story. We've highlighted it on Best Graphics. We've highlighted it on, I think, even one more. It made several other
This was best story.
nominations for us. Yeah, it was nominated for Best Story. Did not win.
No.
This is best single player co-op. So what that means for people asking in the stream, basically not a multiplayer focused game. So Tomb Raider has multiplayer, but nobody gives a shit about it. So it's
played
a
it.
single player game.
Wait, it has a multiplayer?
I
Really?
played it, couldn't get a full game.
But for instance,
What do you-
Battlefield 4 not up for this award because its single player is Garbo. So
I mean, it could be up for this award,
I mean,
but it is
could
not.
be eligible.
It has single player, it has co-op, but I don't think any of us really think that would be Game of the Year for the single player experience.
And this is for the full experience, guys. So Bioshock Infinite was a nominee for Best Story for us, as it should have been. It didn't win, but this is for the whole experience. So the combat will factor in and all that kind of stuff in this.
I do want to mention that back in the Respawn days, Sark and I were pro at Tomb Raider multiplayer. I just linked the video in the chat, so you can check it out.
Nice.
And actually,
Not
in that
even-
video, though,
plug.
it's what you said, Nick. We didn't get a
Yeah,
couldn't
you
get
can't.
into a game
Like you couldn't find people.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I played one game and it was like 2 versus 2.
Oh yeah, put that in there. The last one that just got added. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
too.
I did.
All right, Gone Home. This won best indie game for us. This won best story for us. Already, it has gone through much critical acclaim. Hex, does it stick to the end?
I would say it gets at least through the first round. As far as a single player experience, I would be hard pressed to tell you there's a more compelling one this year.
All right. I will say that one will stick. I don't know if anyone else has played it, but
Fen, you've played
I
it, right?
have. Yes, I can vouch for it.
yeah, credentials alone, that one I think has to make it through this. This is gonna be a hard list to cut. Some of these are obvious, like,
It is.
but all right. So, Tomb Raider.
Still
Up
haven't
next.
played it. Had it in my
I
library
think
for
I
probably
don't
6
think
months.
it makes it through because of the
Yeah.
quality of everything else, but I do want to say that it was fucking incredible.
Mm.
And I don't know if it was fucking incredible because I was expecting something else or if it was actually very good. That's where the problem comes in with Tomb Raider.
Here's the main problem with Tomb Raider, which is probably my vote for this. If it doesn't make it through, I'll have to vote for something else. It was probably the best overall experience playing a game that I had this year, the whole way through. QuickTime events. Can we please stop? Can we please
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
stop, game designers? Can we just...
That is almost enough reason to not get it through. But what I played of it, I really enjoyed. I didn't finish it, but I think it's a really very good game.
Their reimagining of Lara Croft is very well done.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
that too. That too.
Hot as well, but very well
Badass.
done.
Although I do kind of prefer Lara with polygon boobs.
Same.
In the sequel, you can unlock.
I was a big fan of the hair myself. I really like the hair.
I like a
yeah.
woman that I could pick up by the ankles and use as a deadly weapon. And pointy titties.
The best part
baby.
about the new Tomb Raider is she got a new weave.
So the gameplay was fantastic, like shooting, stealth, all that stuff was really
Visuals.
great. I think I
Oh, yeah.
only uncovered like 25% or 30% of the stuff in the game when I beat it. So there's a lot to explore if you wanted to do that. On high difficulty, it was, I'm guessing, pretty hard because I died more than a few times on normal. The bow and arrow stuff is great. I don't
Seriously,
know.
the bow and arrow in that game was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
The
archery with
2013 year of the bow and arrow, Crisis 3.
Yeah,
Tomb
Far
Raider.
Cry, Crisis 3, Tomb Raider, all got bows. Like, god
Throwing
damn.
bows. left
Throw
and
some
right.
bows on it. Archery bows.
Most satisfying weapon to kill someone with is a bow and arrow. It's
Yep.
just-
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna be a rapper, and I'm like Chief Keef. Instead of saying bang bang, I need like a sound for an arrow going. So it'll be like,
Whip, flip.
I think like I have to agree with Dan. Everything you said was great. The only knock I have to give it against it is the story, which isn't the greatest of stories. It's
No, it's not.
No,
it's not. And I think I think it passes with the next round, but I think to win this category, you have to be the overall experience has to be well
Yeah,
rounded.
I think it's better than 5 or 6 things on here. Like
I would
like,
say for the
I feel
first
like
round.
yeah, I feel like everyone, all of the reactions to it have been positive, at least for the expectations. And again, it's not the best story, like best single player. You know, the combat and everything, the bow and stuff. I think that all factors into it. I think it probably passes to the next round.
yeah.
I'm cool with
Alright.
it.
Fair enough. I
cool
still
with
haven't played it. No fucking
Did the
idea.
connection
I was
drop?
muting. I
Hello?
was muting because mechanical keys. I was adding something to the doc. Sorry. Yes. All right. I'm glad that it goes
that
through.
should totally be on this list. How is it not?
Yeah, I'm sorry that I don't think it's going to make it through, but it needs to be highlighted.
Yeah, disagree, bitch.
All right. So this next game, see, I don't know if we're going to eliminate anything once again. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
It's
Second
good,
best
but-
experience I've
really
ever had
good.
playing a game outside of Deus Ex.
Wow.
Bro,
It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
up there.
that's
It's
high
up there.
praise.
even on a controller,
Yes.
John. Even on a controller.
Yes, fucking incredible. The
It's a
mechanics
great
are
game.
incredible.
I mean, it's a
I thought it
very
was
good
really
game.
good, but man,
Emotions
you
were
feel real
fantastic.
passionate.
It
What do
was
you-
fucking incredible.
Does it make it through a first round of cuts? I would
up to
think.
I say
everybody
it's on
else.
par
This
with Gone Home. I would say yes.
This is, I don't think as a game it's the best game I've ever played, but experience-wise, it
Yeah.
had me like just sitting there at my computer staring at the screen. Like, is that really
Yeah.
a game? Is that
Yep.
a game?
Are there
Yeah.
10 better games than Brothers this year? That's the question.
That's actually
Absolutely.
probably not true for me. I mean, well, actually, no. I don't think I could.
All right, Brad Shoemaker, Brothers makes it to the next round.
All right. Now, I think only Nick has played this game, but I've heard so many good things I had to put it on here. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. AJ loves it too, and plays it on the stream.
It's an auto pass. Like every year, we get an Assassin's Creed game every year. I think this was going to be the year where this was like you had 3 last year and 4 the next year. Usually they take like a couple of years break before they start actually the numbers at the end. And I think everyone went into this year like this game's going to suck. Went in especially like they're going to review this game harder than it should have been. And I did not hear one disappointing review from the game. So, and it was well-rounded, huge open world. It's definitely, in my opinion, a pass into the next round, easy.
I will take you and AJ on this unless someone else has a real compelling argument. We should get rid of it. First round, first cut. All right.
I didn't play it.
Gunpoint.
I don't know.
Gunpoint.
Didn't play it.
Anyone here play it? Diction was raving about it.
I played it. It's a good game. I think as a single player experience, it was really funny. It's very well written. It's a different kind of game. A lot of people called it like 2D Deus Ex. If you didn't play it and you didn't get it on the Steam sale for like $2 when it was on sale, shame on you because it is a
I
really
played
good
this.
game.
This is the game where you have to like hack the stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then you go through. Yeah. It was
It's
fun.
really
I mean,
funny.
I didn't.
It's a
I didn't
fun
beat it
game.
or anything, but I played it.
I don't think it stacks up to anything else on this list. That's the thing. Like
No.
the one thing that I would could maybe push it through to the next round is you have to remember this is a game that one dude made with Game Maker 8 by himself. All the art, all the programming, all of the animations, all of the gameplay mechanics. He did everything by himself. So, I mean, that might be enough to squeak through with the first
But
round.
does that make it the one of that where this isn't a
It's
charity?
such
There's
an
no-
amazing
there's no-
accomplishment.
This was a stipulation that this was a restraint he was put under to put it into the next round. It's either it was good enough to be or it's not.
Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
up.
Because
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
mean-
be hard enough to cut shit now as it is. So.
He
I would
wins best
say it
single
probably
player
doesn't
co-op
make
game
it
of the
through.
year made by one guy. So congratulations.
Very
Right.
specific.
You've won that, but that's not an actual.
You're up there with
Congratulations.
wiggly brown spaghetti hair noodle or whatever the fuck that award was, and then that other one that we
The
had. or
Tress
something.
Effects Award, yeah.
Who's actually shipping those awards out? Those weird ones. I'm not doing that.
That's Fenton's job.
We're shipping awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna send them a picture of that gold mouse that I photoshopped onto a podium.
just a picture. That we should do that.
No,
Print it out and send it to
Just send it to the studio. Like, congratulations.
Yeah.
We're poor.
them.
All right, so I think
Well-
Gunpoint doesn't make it to the next
It
round.
does not make it, unfortunately.
All right.
Hands back.
Sneezes. Cool.
No, I was laughing at my cat.
Oh,
Move on before he
that little
talks about
bitch woke me up so early. God damn
Yeah,
it.
you mad bitch? Me and Hammond, we got that troll squad rolling out.
Troll Squad.
2-man troll squad, get fucked, bitch.
Risk of Rain.
Haven't
Nah.
played it,
Didn't play
Nah.
it. Very solid.
Nah.
Maybe
Tim
a bit
loves it.
limited in
Didn't
scope.
play it.
You played it, Hex. Doesn't
I played it.
compete with anything else. That's the
I
question.
mean,
Like,
it doesn't. Okay, the other games on this list are such like amazing games. Not that Risk of Rain is a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's a lot of fun, but it's not on the same level as these other games. I would say it doesn't make it through.
It's just a bit too. It's got really great replayability and everything like that. It's got a lot of love put into the game. It just it's a little bit too limited in scope compared to an experience like BioShock Infinite or Tomb Raider.
It's a very niche game. Like, you need to be in the market for like a really punishing roguelike to want that game to be something you want
It's
to play.
not super
Platform.
accessible to everybody. It's very unfriendly to get into, which is not to say that there's anything wrong with hard games, but it's just
It'll be
very little
Fedora-
story
Fedora
behind.
wearing masochist is what you're telling me.
Right? Yeah.
Look like a fedora, you motherfucker.
Look, if you have our atheism
That's
as
a
your
flat cap.
homepage, this is your
The
game.
Irish wear it. The Irish, man.
The IRA.
And I have
wears it.
people current day wear them who aren't neckbeards, like fedoras. It's like
Hey, well, you
wearing
got real
one,
defensive.
you're
I
either a
wasn't calling
creepy
you
kid
out.
from today or a guy from the 40s. But,
Damn, I think we all just saw Nick Jenkins' face of atheism right there.
Yeah. Wow. Atheist came out strong enough
remember
it's
it.
a Martin Luther King moment.
Remember it.
for atheists everywhere.
I just don't think it measures up.
Okay.
Great
I
game
would
doesn't
agree.
measure up.
I wanted to highlight the next game. This will not make it through the cuts, but I enjoyed it. DMC Devil May Cry, the Devil May Cry reboot.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, bitch.
The reinventing of
Raider.
Dante.
Backspace.
No, it's a good game. A good game. Best piece of pizza for a dick in any game this year.
That it wins that
Oh
award.
yeah, I just
Best-
watched. I watched the
Best
highlight
Pizza
of that.
Dick Award.
That was-
Backspace atheism.
Best
Backspace
Pizza
8.
Dick 2013. That's
No,
at least-
it's not a bad game at all, and you should have picked it up if it was on sale on the Steam sale. You should have, because it's pretty damn good. Again, the story is just batshit insane Devil May Cry story. So there's not, it's whatever.
Zero
know what you're getting
story.
with it, basically.
Yeah.
Zero
You know what you're
story.
getting into with this, but the action's really good. But it doesn't measure up to these. But I wanted to highlight it because it's damn fun. There's a few of these games on here. It's just damn fun.
I'll back you
So,
up in it.
wow,
It is-
garbage game. People in chat saying, "Wow, okay."
A lot of
No,
people
it
didn't
was-
like it. A lot of
it
people
was a
had
good
bad things
game.
to say about that game.
I liked
played
it.
It wasn't it kind of a big departure from the original Devil May Cry games?
No, it was just they changed the character skin and everything else is the same.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
If you
They
enjoy
Just
Devil May Cry,
reinvented Dante. Yeah, that's all.
you
they
like
did.
hack and slash games, and you like
Nice. So
DMC.
you get the copy-paste game like Call of Duty.
But if you
Buy the
did
Wolf
like the
DLC skin for
Copy
Dante.
paste Call of Duty. Copy paste Call of Duty.
Jesus.
even though it didn't come out last year, it is coming out if you like DMC, you should definitely check out Metal Gear Revengeance that comes out, I think, in March or something. That
Actually,
game was
January 19th on PC.
Oh, okay. January 19th. Definitely check that game out. Get a gamepad, play it. It's a little difficult to get into, but once you get down the parry system, it's kind of one of the most gratifying combat systems you ever play.
Tyler Perry?
The Tyler Perry combat system.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to get to the next round based on being a well-rounded game.
This next game has to make it through this round of cuts. I don't know who's played it besides me.
I've played
but
it.
It's so well crafted and so well done. The Swapper is an amazing game. Made by 3 people. It is.
It's a really good game.
Everything in it was claymation and then put on into the game. The puzzles are pretty great, if a little redundant after a while. The story is very mysterious in it. It's pretty good. I do know how it ends, although I could not beat it because I'm dumb. And the music in that game is phenomenal too, and the atmosphere just. I think the Swapper has to make it through. If anyone has a compelling argument not to, you can say now, but the Swapper is fantastic for what it is, and I hope those guys go on to bigger and better things. At Facepalm Games, I believe, was the...
Here we go. Get that shit off this for fucking nerds and losers. Where's Madden 25 on this list?
Madden 25.
Like I'm gonna use my brain. Bitch, I'm just gonna run an option.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh,
Never mind. Game of the Year, Madden 25.
There we go.
All right. Next game, which is a very good game. Dust and Elysian
You're a
Tale.
fucking furry.
Furry Simulator
It's a very,
2013.
very good game.
Very
the platforming's pretty excellent. The combos are it's really fun, man, and it's all hand-drawn animation. It's very impressive.
Very fluid. Voice acting's really good for a game that has such a limited. Basically, the way this guy voice acted the game, he basically go on forums and be like, and ask friends of his online, like, "Hey, do you want to contribute some voice acting to this game?" And considering that was his method, it sounds really good.
Yeah, and
it's not
actually,
the best voice acting I've heard, but it's very quality.
Max, Gassy Mexican, passed on doing a voice in that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you fucking dodged a bullet, right?
Jesus.
This game sucks dick, alright? I ain't played it, but the main character's got a moose knuckle, alright? Like,
He does. He's very much got a
fucking
moose knuckle, which is
He does
especially
have a-
impressive because he wears pretty baggy clothing. How do you have a moose knuckle in baggy
I'm
clothing?
gonna pull up a picture again. I did this the last time we talked about Dust. But this motherfucker got a moose knuckle.
He does.
Trying to show all these furry bitches his dick.
This game was made by one guy. The PC port is pretty good as well. There's no sort of issues there. It was on Xbox Live for, I think, a good year before it came to PC. But he ported it over, all the resolutions, all that kind of stuff.
Link me the moose knuckle. I want to see.
I can't pull up the picture. I got a good picture.
I'm just gonna.
he's
I'm
just gonna link the AMA
type
about
in
the guy that had
moose
2 dicks
knuckle
again.
and turn off my safe search.
No, I'm trying to find a good picture of it, but it's like whenever he's in conversation, he has a fucking moose knuckle. Like it's just right there.
But I don't know that it makes it through. Tim just quit KBMOD, I think.
Yeah, he's gone.
Probably unsubbed. That's his game of the year. That's Tim's game.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Of all
Well,
the
if
games?
it's Tim's game of the year, then we're
it's
definitely
really
not
good.
making it through the just on principle. Sorry, Tim.
Yo, this next game though, Euro Truck
this-
Simulator 2.
I got it. I got the moose knuckle.
Link
This is
it.
important. I'm putting it in the Twitch chat.
Okay. The definition of a single player game, Euro Truck Simulator
Holy,
2.
yeah, he does have a big moose knuckle. All right.
I mean, kinda. It's not as pronounced as I remember.
No.
It's kind of
Is he
like,
dream?
it looks
Yeah,
like he's
game is-
tucking his dick back, like he's
maybe
playing
that's
goodbye
what's good.
horses in
Moose
front of the
knuckle, it's a
mirror.
mangina. That's a difference.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Good point.
We're
Whatever,
cutting this
shitty
game
furry
based
game
on
for
Moose Knuckle.
furries.
But Dust is really good. But yeah, I don't know that it competes to the end here. Euro Truck Sim 2, Hex.
I mean, I don't
Best
think
game
it's
ever or not?
Okay, so here's the thing. It's the most compelling reason I can
No.
review.
This is binary. Is it or is it
All right,
not?
it's not. But here's the thing: I can tell you, it's
But-
literally, if you're a PC gamer, the most compelling reason to buy a steering wheel. There isn't another game that's actually.
What does that even mean?
My entire life, I've been sitting here and been like, someone give me a compelling reason to buy a fucking steering wheel for my
This is
little
it.
For 21 years.
Literally, those words have never even come into sequence in my mind at the same time.
I thought it was NASCAR, but no.
No, it's Euro Trucks. Because I feel like if you weren't playing with a wheel, this game, why would you even play it? Why would you even play it if you don't have a wheel?
Yo,
Like,
there's a
you know, the keyboard?
multiplayer mod coming, meaning this is disqualified.
All right, well, that's it. Rick.
Right, I actually legitimately would. I think a multiplayer mod could be really cool for the. For
See,
that.
I think so too. I think multiplayer would be fun.
It's a thing. So, there
But
you
no,
go.
it does. It obviously doesn't make the first round cut. It's a hilarious game that I got for $6. I was like, well, I have a steering wheel anyway, so I should test it. But for the 3 hours I played it, it was really enjoyable. I'm
They
probably
already
never gonna
have a
play it again.
multiplayer
So you used it
version
to
of this?
justify your former steering wheel purchase.
I had bought a steering wheel for Gran Turismo 5, and it works with the
So
PC.
you used it to justify your former steering wheel
a
purchase.
little
Just say
bit,
that
yeah.
that's why you bought it, okay?
Why are they
I
making-
basically, at this point, I'm waiting for Project Cars. But in the meantime, that 3 hours of Euro Truck Sim 2. So
By the way, there's a guy on Twitch right now streaming Farm Sim with a steering wheel.
Oh
So
shit!
there you
oh
go.
fuck! You can use the steering wheel for that. Oh, no, I gotta go buy Farm
Yeah.
Sim. Hold on.
Farmer
Why are
Pro
they bothering
2014.
making a multiplayer mod for this game? There's already a multiplayer game for this. It's called Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. Came out in 2003. Like, step up.
The greatest
Truck games.
worst. Also made by the same guys who made the War Z. So there you go, guys.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking. Why isn't that on this list?
All right, this next game, which on a podcast that can play platformers correctly outside of Blacklight, might make it. Spelunky.
Nah.
Okay,
It's really good
I
game.
have an argument for this. I say it makes it, but
You have a steering
only
wheel?
because of the crazy nonsense that happened with this game this year. Which, if you haven't
that's
followed it, I guess this one dude who I can't remember on Twitch did an eggplant run, which is apparently nearly impossible to do by yourself. And you have to like get this eggplant that spawns very randomly to the very last boss, and then hit him in the face with it. And it's nearly impossible. There are literally people that have like written huge, enormous diatribes about this very specific thing that has happened with this game, and I think that alone is enough to get it through the first
I also
round.
have to say, this was PC Gamers Game of the Year.
People were fucking
Yeah.
pissed
I
about
was,
that.
I was surprised to see that.
Yeah, I was also surprised to see that, to be honest. I don't know what Giant Bombs is yet, but I haven't
played it,
listened
so
at
I
all.
can't
But
say.
I would just seriously look up Eggplant Run about this game, and then that's
it's so
enough
hard.
for me. It's crazy.
so-
Like the math and the sheer luck that had to go into that run happening, I think, is enough to make it through the first round.
Heck,
Blacklight, did you play
were
this
really
game?
good at bringing up really
No, I
interesting
didn't.
facts for these
I've
Dude,
been
games.
this
meaning
is
to get
like
to it,
totally
but-
your shit. Like,
I know.
Wait, what?
Blacklight
haven't
hasn't played this
Spelunky.
yet, which is amazing to me.
All right. Well, if he hasn't played it, we're taking it off the list as punishment. It's your
Wow.
fault. It's your
Oh,
fault he
that'll
doesn't
teach
win.
us.
You fucking
No, no,
asshole.
no, no, no. It'll
Jenkins.
teach. No, it'll teach you. Play your platformer games.
I like Hex's reasons though. Are like, look at this really cool thing that happened. It must. It deserves to. Like, is the game?
Oh damn! This shit's real niche.
I'm just. No, is the game like is?
It's
as
a good game.
quality?
The
If
game
it's up
is
there,
fun.
then
Like
we
I
take
played it
it.
a couple
quality
times on stream. It's
I'm,
a lot
I'm
of fun.
installing it right now. Fine, you got me.
There you go.
All right, so we're holding off judgment until he plays 15
All right,
minutes of
give
it,
me,
and he'll let
give
us
me
know.
4 or 5 hours. Podcast is on hold. Talk about the guy with 2 dicks AMA until I'm back, and then I'll tell you if it's game of the year or not.
Spelunky wins the KBMOD award for real niche shit and real quirky factoids.
It wins the award for
Congratulations,
holding up
Spelunky.
the
You're
podcast.
welcome.
All right,
Most
this next
blogs written
game,
by fat nerds about it. It wins that award.
this next game definitely wins the award for most misogynistic insults thrown at the main character constantly throughout the game. Remember Me,
There's
The
no way.
game-
This is...
which does
Why
not
is
win
this
at all. You know what? I forgot when we did Biggest Disappointment. This should have been on there.
It
'Cause
was.
Why is it in this category?
No,
It was
I
on
don't
that
think.
list,
I
I
don't.
thought.
If it was the biggest disappointment, then how the fuck could it possibly be up for best single player experience?
No.
How is there any
this? Why the-
overlap?
It should
Am
have
I
been
on a
so-
panel with a bunch of schizophrenics?
No.
Yes.
Not stupid. Just the sound you made already disqualifies it.
I know.
I wouldn't.
That
I wouldn't
sigh
even
that you just
remember
made
me as
disqualifies it.
It's not.
But-
it wouldn't win. Most disappointing. It didn't fall that far.
Well,
Like,
it didn't.
it was
wasn't
okay.
Sim City, therefore
It was
it wouldn't win.
okay.
The category.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. Like they did. It
was
like it
okay.
didn't get up to expectations, but it was
All
still.
they
like,
needed, though, I said this before. All they needed was, Remember Me just needed to be a stealth game where there was no combat and only memory remixes, and that's it. If it would have been that, Game of the Year. Game of the Year. You fucked up, but it's your first game studio that made this game, so I will let you off the hook for this once. Remember Memes? That's not a game.
I do remember memes though.
That'd actually be a horrible game.
I've been on Reddit.
Hey, you guys remember Doge?
God, that's
What
it.
a
The
great
game
meme,
just
right?
brings up.
All right.
It just asked you a question. Hey, you remember this one?
It's,
You
it
remember
says
that
yes
one?
or no when you hit
It
A or
scans.
B.
It scans Reddit for the most popular meme. It was like, hey, dude, you remember this? And you log in once a week, and it's just like, hey, man, you remember Forever Alone?
God damn it.
I
Okay.
do remember that one. Yeah.
That was a
Next
great
game.
one. It wins.
Game of the
Do
year.
you think this makes the cut,
No.
Nick Fenn, or Tetraninja?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Saints
dude,
Row
it doesn't.
No.
Saints
Oh
Row
man, I
4.
love Saints Row 4.
It was
It's not a
not-
bad game.
we're
It's
still
just not
remembering
anything special either.
It's all rememberable.
Or the same.
Between 3 and 4, it got repetitive for me. I was like, yeah, I get it. It's
I mean,
like
before they
your
totally
sandbox is
based
there.
The game, like absolute batshit insanity, but I don't think it.
I mean, it was definitely fun, but it's not anywhere. It's not on the same level as Gone Home or BioShock. Like, it's just a fun fuck around game. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. I don't think it's as good as 3 or 4 of the other games so far, but Saints Row 4. That's the last game, though, too, in Saints Row, for those that
Really?
don't know. For this current
I didn't know that.
cast of
Well,
characters.
yeah.
It'll be rebooted.
I'm okay with
It's
that.
a reboot now.
Johnny
Yeah.
Gat, no.
Oh no, I'm so
What a-
attached
what
to
a
Johnny
deep
Gat.
character.
Yeah.
There are
killed
people who really like this character.
Look, if you're
if there
one of
was
those
a-
people that's
if
really
there was a
attached to any of
funnest
those
game of the
characters-
year, if there's a
Nope.
funnest game of the year, this would be up
I wouldn't even give it to that
there. Really?
game.
I had
Nope,
a lot of
me
fun
neither.
playing Saints Row 4.
It got
Um,
repetitive for me, but after like 10 hours, I was like, yeah, I'm jumping
Well, this
really high
next
and
game
shooting
should,
things.
should have won another award that we went out.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Sham in the
No one
chat.
on a fucking podcast that day knew what they were talking about. Path of Exile should make the cut. That is a fantastic game.
It was a great game in beta when I played it like a year and a half ago. I've played like
It's a
9
great
other
game. It's been
RTSs since
constant-
then.
It's been in the top 10 in Steam pretty consistently.
It's a free-to-play game. So are a bunch of other free-to-play
Yeah,
games.
so what are the other ones? Dota 2, and that's about it in the top 10.
Well, okay,
So-
is Dota 2 the best game this year?
Maple
Shut up,
Story
Nick.
there?
Yeah, too.
Well,
Yes,
Dota
Dota
2 will
2
be up
probably.
for Game of the Year, that's for sure. But I
It's
think
not a
Path of
bad game.
Exile
I just don't think it's that good.
It should have definitely won Indie Game of the Year or been a nominee. It should have definitely done that.
What I played, I haven't played it in a long time, but I honestly don't think it was that good. Everybody else seems to be in love with it. I wasn't impressed, to be honest.
It's not a
they're just
bad
not
game at all.
nostalgic.
It's not a bad game.
No,
anyway.
I'm not saying it. I would.
It's a
not
better
even consider
Diablo
it
3
close.
than Blizzard made.
So
Right,
was
but does
Fortnite
Path
too.
of Exile get more credit for being the Diablo 3 that we all wanted? Does that bolster? Because
I think
that's
it
what everyone
should
says.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's
The
what everyone
impact
says.
it's made, and the impact
Yeah.
it's made on Steam. Like,
That's what you're saying.
not all Hex throws out free to play. Well, there's only one other free to play game that makes consistently top 10 active players, and that's Dota 2, which is always number one.
TF2.
Well, I don't
TF2.
even. TF2
It's
is
a
a
free-to-play game.
Technically.
yes, but it's also been out for 8 years.
I mean, I put
Yeah.
money into, like, I bought into Path of Exile, and it's not a bad game at all. I mean, I just don't think it's. I mean, it's not as good a co-op game as friggin'. I don't know. I would sooner play Payday 2 than Path of Exile. Like,
I think
just
this
think-
has to make the cut. I don't think
all right.
there's.
I mean, I'll give you that. That's fine. It can make the first round.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to win at all.
Yeah, we gonna knock that shit out round 2.
It's gonna get real fucked up.
Do a drive-by on Path of Exile, bang, bang. Put the silencer on, like,
All right. Another one of the epic
All right.
epic campaign type games of this year, along with BioShock and Tomb Raider Doge, which has been corrected too. Metro Last Light. I didn't originally
So
have
good.
this on the list. I don't know
Wow.
why. Because when I played this game at the time that I played it before I played BioShock. This was, you play games throughout the year. This, at the time I played it, was clearly the best game I had played up to that point this year, or in 2013. I think it's got to make the cut. The atmosphere, the graphics,
Yep.
the story is, but it's everything else about it.
Arjun!
The
It
sex
corrected
scenes.
every flaw with 2033 too. Like they went back and saw, oh, this didn't work too well, so stealth works, combat works. What about you, Tetra? You played through this, didn't you, or did you not?
I will say it goes to the next round, then I will give criticism when we get to the final round.
All right. So that gets through.
Make
God,
it wait.
stop putting Doge in everything. Stop it. Stop it right now.
You wanna mine for some Kanye West starting the 11th, or
Douchecoin?
All right.
Kanye West?
Douchecoin.
This next game is a purely co-op game, although you can't play it single player with the computer.
What's it
without
called?
It's called
Payday
Payday 2. Not called Pay Doge 2.
I don't think that's right. I think it sounds incorrect. Is it Pay Doge? I think it's Pay Doge.
Payday 2.
Nice.
I don't see Payday 2 in the document.
I was extremely excited for Payday 2 before it came out. Played it. It was pretty good. It improved on Payday 1. But I don't know. It didn't have any staying power for me. Anyway, despite the extensive leveling system that was way better than the first one. Like Payday 2, I don't think it passes through unless somebody...
It was an incredible experience for a few hours, but it's not a great thing. It doesn't stick with you, and that's what the best game of the year should do. It should stick with you, and it should be something you'll play again 5 years from now and still be like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Deus Ex, Game of the Year 2014.
But Payday 2, good game, but didn't stick. This next game, God
No.
damn it. This next game doesn't make it through, but I give it tons of props for even existing. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
It's fun. Yeah.
Someone convinced Ubisoft that this should be a thing that was made. So credit to
Testimonial by Hex. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun game. That's it.
Is that on the
It's
cover?
tremendously
In a-
fun.
Yeah, that's actually the
fun,
KBMOD.com official quote in the reviews. It was fun, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
It's-
pass, go.
Yeah, get past, bitch.
we think it gets cut now. I
Yeah.
think it does as well.
Fast lane switch lanes around this shit.
Blood Dragon is pretty
Well-
damn awesome.
The whole context of it was great, but like what made Far Cry 3 such a great game was like a major part was like the visuals, and there was just like
View distance was not existent.
in Blood Dragon like
There's
the color.
there's just no good visuals that in the game ran like shit.
Yeah, well the visuals did look good if you kind of like broke it down, but like from a distance, the color palette they used and like the design choices they used, you couldn't tell that things looked good. if that
Michael
makes sense.
Bain, though. Michael Bain, best tutorial. If we had an award for best tutorial,
Yeah,
Blood
that's it.
Dragon,
Yeah, that would
Blood
be
Dragon
fair.
went hands down. But very good game. Doesn't quite make it. They're making a second one. So
Are they really?
everyone who had fun with the first one, rejoice. Because they
Here's our early
convinced
review.
Ubisoft
It was fun.
to do this
Yeah.
again. More games like that need to exist, though, for sure.
Games
especially
where
from AAA.
AAA publishers don't take themselves seriously and just throw something together that's fun.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Like every game that indie developers make.
Yes. All right. This next one, I think, is going to make it through, unless someone has a reason not to. The Stanley Parable.
Is it a game though?
Is it a game?
See, but then you'd have if that's gonna knock it out, then you'd have to knock out Gone Home and potentially
I think the actual title for this award is Best Single Player / Co-op Experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
There we go.
I know I'm in the minority. I don't understand this game. I don't get it. I don't think it's all
Then
that
it
fun.
passes through to the next round.
because you shallow as fuck.
Hex is totally
No, it
baffled.
definitely passes through. It's a genius
I'm
thing.
sure it's like if
I
it's your
wasn't
thing,
joking.
that's
It
great.
passes
Like
through.
It's the most creative thing that we've seen in a very long time. It's ballsy as fuck.
It is ballsy.
The mod
as
was
fuck.
good. The game is good.
Yep. It definitely
play.
passes through. All right. Who put Teslagrad on here?
I did.
Who would do such a thing?
It's a great game.
All right. This next
No
one.
one seems to agree with you. I've never even heard of it.
I don't even.
No
That
offense.
sounds like something I wiped off my balls yesterday. I don't even know what you're saying.
This Teslagrad on the end. Oh man.
Oh God! Right on the
Right on the tip. It's the worst.
tip of my balls.
The tip of Mount Balls.
Oh my God!
Batman: Arkham Origins.
Same game that we played
was
the
another
last
It
two
is the
Batman
same
absolutely
game.
not.
It is the same game.
Yeah,
I'm
is
just gonna
Call
say
of
no
Duty
because
Batman.
fuck Tim.
No, I haven't played it. Brandon got it for me for Christmas. I haven't played it yet, but from what I've read, it's just the same game. I want to play that though. I'm gonna have to veg out one weekend to finish it.
Still haven't finished that game.
All right. Round 1 complete. We still have a lot of games remaining.
Shit! Yeah, we gotta narrow this down.
Um,
All right, Madden 25, you win.
Good cast. See you next year.
Everyone load up your rifles. The firing squad's about to go off on these last couple games. Get ready.
all right. So the games remaining from the first cut: BioShock
See, like
Infinite,
9 nerd games in a row.
Gone Home, Tomb Raider, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, The Swapper, Path of Exile, Metro: Last Light, and The Stanley Parable. All right, we gotta cut this down to 4, possibly 5, if you can really compel me to keep 5. But most of these categories have gone down to 4.
I feel like Brothers and Path of Exile are probably gone. While Brothers, like I said, it's one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had. It's not long enough to really, I don't know. I feel like
That's fair.
it was a very short game. It was just kind of a thing that they threw together, and it just happened to grab me. I don't know that it would do that with everybody on the level of something like BioShock would. I think BioShock is a game for everyone, and Brothers probably is not.
I think that's a good example. Like
Are you-
BioShock, I'll speak to BioShock because I haven't played several of the games on this list, but I agree that BioShock is a game that a lot of people can enjoy, and I feel like it's not niche. I feel like some of the other games are somewhat niche.
I mean, if we're going down the list,
Like Path of Exile, I think is pretty niche. I think it's a very difficult game to actually get into. I think it's a good game, but it's not. Like, I don't think it's the best single-player experience for a wide audience.
okay, I can see that, but okay.
I like
Right.
weird games, so like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd have to say Metro has to go. I don't know. I may be in the minority
You're
here.
fucking crazy.
Okay.
No, yeah, hear him out. I want to hear Nick out on this.
Yeah, I
Okay,
wanna
so
hear-
like, okay, so Metro game. The fact that that game by the end of it even existed was a miracle by itself.
Yeah.
Just like that even came out, like the development team, props to them for even pushing it out. But I'd have to say, like, the things that it was kind of like a game that didn't know what it was trying to do. Like, it had great shooter mechanics, it had good stealth mechanics, but throughout the game, there was really no reason to go through stealth, in my opinion. You could do it. Like when I was playing, I tried to like not kill anyone, but there wasn't really a point to do it other than possibly an ending that changes at the end of it. But like there was really no reward or there was really no incentive to do it. So
Welcome
why
to
would
every other game that has the option to stealth through it. Look at Deus Ex. Look
Well-
at Splinter Cell. It doesn't.
No,
fucking
but
matter
usually
if
with those games, if you go through it with stealth, you get a special weapon. Like if you play well, not I played the last Deus Ex. I didn't play the original Deus Ex. And there's usually a reason why you get like a special weapon that helps you be a little bit more stealthier. But with like Metro, there was really no point to do it stealth. Why not play it other than for the experience, which obviously it had a great atmosphere. But if you didn't have to do stealth, why would you?
I would say that the stealth actually in that game was so well done that it was too well done. You could stealth so easily through a lot of it. I used stealth through areas where I was like, well, I just want to get through here quickly, so I will stealth. Like, it was, you could go right behind people and stuff like that, so that was a little broken. The biggest downside for me was the story in that game, and then I got, I guess, what would be considered the bad ending in that game. By the way, if you weren't looking for spoilers, it's probably not the place for you to be. Everything blew up and everybody died at the end for me. There's a couple endings to that game, maybe 3, but I got the bad ending, I guess. The story for me is probably not, the whole experience of Metro Last Light is not as good as the other 2 games that I would have voted for, or other 3 games. I can actually see 4 games on here. Look at this list. Metro, well, it is extremely good, and they're going to complete the trilogy of that at some point, which I'm pretty pumped for. I see 4 games on here I would put above it, just for myself. So
I have 3, so
I can't.
could probably.
I can't see it make a cut down to 4 for me. So
Exit.
we done axed it.
Okay.
What about
So-
Dark? It's a shit game.
It got real dark and went from like pretty good. Wow. Terrible. It's good.
So I think we can all agree BioShock is going to stay on this
For me.
round of cuts.
Yeah.
All right. What about Assassin's Creed 4?
Play it.
I'm the only one
I
here
didn't
that
play
played it,
I haven't played it.
so I say it passes. But if no one else plays it, then I don't know how you guys pass it.
I mean, as you
defend.
said, I read a lot of reviews and a lot of news. I haven't seen anything negative on this game. Like, it's and it was a game that most people were like, "Oh my god, another Assassin's Creed game."
Right.
I just don't think I've only played it a little bit, but there's no way in my mind that this, at least for me right now, spoilers, that this is beating BioShock Infinite in the last couple. To me, I don't know. Maybe Nick has a different opinion on that.
But we just need a top 4, though. We don't need to say it's going to beat.
That's
top
true, but that's a good point. So it could make it to top 4. I don't know.
Like,
I guess. Well, let's go to Gone Home. Is Gone Home making it?
I don't know. I think that's another one that's not necessarily for everyone. It's kind of
Yeah.
hard to.
Yeah, I
mean-
could see that one going.
I could too. As much as I love that game, I feel
I
like
don't care. I got it. Story of the year. We already
Yeah.
won this bitch.
it got 2 awards.
That's
so
true.
far.
it got story on indie, so if it doesn't make it for single player experience, it's a great game. I think everyone should experience it, but it's a very niche. Like, it's not BioShock Infinite, which it's just not. It's just not that kind of game.
Also, not to cheapen it on the length, but to me,
2 hours.
playing 13 hours now with DLC of BioShock has been rewarding for almost all 13 of them.
I mean, Gone
so-
Home was a great 2 hours, but also that game retails at $20 for 2 hours.
That's what I
So-
heard, and that's what I haven't bought it
I
yet.
think
You
it went on
shouldn't
Steam
bring money.
sale for
You should
5,
not bring
'cause I
money
own
into
it
the-
for 5.
I don't know, dude. $20
That
for
does-
2
that
hours.
does-
That's
No,
that
this
factors
isn't-
into
this
it for
isn't-
me.
This isn't the best budget game. This is best single player co-op game. Like,
Fucking
Even as
stupid
much as
board
I
games,
loved
man.
Gone Home, if I had paid more than $7 for it, I would have felt a little cheated because it was that expensive.
Stupid.
Well, joke's
poor
on you, 'cause
people.
I
Poor
thought
people.
Gone Home should. I would have willingly spent more afterwards. Obviously, that's hindsight. So
If you love it so much, why don't you marry it, Nick?
maybe I fucking will. You know what? It's
Do it.
California. We're progressive here. I'll do it.
So I think the majority here is saying we cut Gone Home.
Yeah, I would say it gets
I'd
cut.
be okay with that.
Yeah.
It has
Okay.
to enjoy
Even
its
Nick's
other
okay
2
with it.
awards.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
already won
easily
2
2
awards,
awards.
too.
It's not hurting for awards.
Oh, Gone Home's hurting for a squirting though.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't know
gonna
what
give
that
it that
means.
squirting in the backyard.
Backyard.
I was
Great.
gonna say back alley, and then I was like,
I mean,
backyard.
the lawn is looking really dry. Thanks for helping out. You know.
No problem.
Could you
So-
fertilize like radish?
So
Could you
for me-
fertilize while you're squirting?
Jesus.
God damn it.
Wow. Okay.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 6 games left. Is that what I'm saying? Yes.
See. Yeah.
Yes.
6.
So right now, if I was my top 4 of what's left
Yes.
would be BioShock, Tomb Raider, The Swapper, and The Stanley Parable. Those would be my 4.
I think Stanley Parable has to go just because it's not
Yeah,
a game that
I
most
don't
people
vote for that.
understand.
like Hex?
I mean, I only played about an hour of it. Maybe I just need to play more of it. But the first
You
hour, I was like,
simpleton-minded
okay.
bumfuck.
Like I got what I was doing, and I was like, oh, well, this is amusing. I guess it's funny, but I didn't think it was as funny as Gunpoint. I didn't think it was
Is it
as
a
well
game?
written as that.
Is Stanley Parable a game, or is it?
That is like
a
an honest
thing you
argument
do?
to make.
Yeah.
about
It's really
Stanley
like
Parable.
it's a reflection of our lives.
It wants us to ask these existential questions.
It's
I mean,
like
that's
the
the whole point.
Matrix when the Oracle's like, you make choices, but did you really make them? And if you knew it, you were going to make them, would you still make it? And would the outcome be the same? Or would it be different knowing that you knew you were going to make the choice you were going to make? You're the chosen one,
Jesus.
Keanu.
Oh, God.
Nah, it's fucking.
blacked-
If you
shit.
keep
It's
talking
trash.
like that, I might kill myself.
I blacked out for a bit, I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Top
So-
4, I would say, because I didn't play any of those other indie games, I'd go Bioshock, AC4, Tomb Raider, and even though I was talking down Metro, by default it has to be on there because I haven't played the other games.
Well, Metro's gone. See.
So I got 3 of them.
I don't know. I think as much as I love Brothers again, like I think it was too short to be. It's
Yeah,
not like a
that's
full
fair.
experience. Like I finished it in 3 hours,
Yeah,
and
we
I feel
finished
like
it
you could
in
probably
2.5
finish
on
it
my
in
stream, yeah.
little under 2 if you were rushing through it.
Fenton
What?
Brothers.
I'd be okay with seeing that go.
Are there 10 games better than Brothers this year?
I wouldn't
No,
say so.
no, actually, because
Well, now we're down to.
all right, we are down to 5, which we could leave it at,
What?
or
leave it at 5. That's fine.
5 games win?
no.
No.
Vote on 5.
The
Oh.
nominees, essentially.
Oh, God. Thank God.
This isn't communism here.
I was about to
Winner
say
Bioshock.
everyone gets a trophy. What is this shit? No way. Okay.
Everybody wins.
God.
Okay, so we have 5 games left, and I'm happy with these as nominees. We've had a couple other categories, 5. And I'm fine with that. And once again, community, if you don't know, there are votes up for all the other awards that have already been given out. You can go vote. I'm not closing those until we have a final sort of wrap-up show after we do our Game of the Year. So it'd be like probably 3 weeks from now
Where
or
can
something.
I find the voting thing?
Well, you can find it, Nick, at kbmod.com.
Oh, thanks. That site sucks.
So our final nominees for Best Single Player / Co-op Experience of the Year: Bioshock Infinite, Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, The Swapper, and Stanley Parable. I think my vote.
I know what my vote is.
My vote is Tomb Raider. For the overall experience that I have playing the game. Bioshock Infinite is extremely, extremely good, but I felt myself slogging through that game sometimes to the point where I was like, God, when is this stupid ass combat section ever going to end?
Yeah.
That is a fair. You're right. That is
The only
true.
knock I have against Bioshock Infinite is that like you've gone to extreme lengths to create this elaborate world, which is very fantastical, but the gameplay, even though there are like the plasmids and everything that kind of add like that crazy element, but the weapons you're using are a machine gun, a submachine gun, a shotgun, a sniper. If you were gonna push it out, I feel like they were trying to play a little bit too safe and make weapons
Yeah, I
that
would
people.
agree.
They were trying to make weapons that people just felt would be comfortable with. But if you're in that type of world, I feel like you should have more impressive weaponry. Other than
I
just-
wish there was
What
more of a
difficulty
reason.
did you play Bioshock Infinite at, Dan? Did you play it normal or did you play it
I
hard?
played it, actually, I played Burial at Sea on normal. I played the regular game on easy because I just wanted to
Burial at
get
Sea is
through it.
hard. Burial at Sea is fucking difficult.
Yeah, Burial at Sea was no joke, even on normal.
Die
There was
real quick. and you don't
I was
got a lot
out of ammunition the whole time, but Burial at Sea is not relevant to this discussion. Infinite was way too easy on easy, but it was also like that's the thing. It was so easy, and yet I still was like, "Oh my god, another section of this crap." I also felt like you could just use the fire vigor and just get through the whole game that way. Like there was
Yeah.
no point to even having the other vigors.
That's what I was gonna say. If I had one criticism of Bioshock, I didn't feel like there was really a reason to use the different weapons. I found myself only doing it like only using certain weapons to get, an achievement or something, and then going
Right.
back and either using like the lightning or the fire or like a small handful of the weapons in the game.
My biggest bummer with that game was Elizabeth. Like, her character was really well written, and I thought she was interesting, but she was
Hey,
so
catch.
useless in combat.
Hey, catch.
Yeah, that's her
Dude,
whole.
she threw you so much
you
shit.
know-
You're gonna throw her out in the
Here's a
yeah,
coin.
all
Here's
those
ammo.
tears with those fucking mechanical robots that shoot people. That's so useless, man. So useless.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Dude, Nick is
like,
mad.
her story was really good, and I thought like the special abilities she had were interesting, and they were the one thing that added to that game over other Bioshock games. But if you get into a firefight, she sits behind something. Every enemy ignores her, and all she does is, here's a coin, here's ammo, here's a health pack. Like, she's totally worthless in combat. Aside from that, that's all she does.
I don't think there's any way though you can tell me that Tomb Raider is a better game than Bioshock Infinite. We talk about story. There's Tomb Raider's story. There's no way. Bioshock
It's,
Infinite. also.
no, it's not. But this isn't the story. This is the overall game, man. And I had a better
that's
time
story
playing
is
Tomb Raider
80%
than
of
I
the
have
game
playing
to
it.
me.
That's a huge part of it. If the
All
story
right,
is
well,
shitty, I'm not going to be
my
motivated.
vote is Tomb Raider.
I
There's
can't vote
7 of you besides me.
Are there 10 better Tomb Raiders than Bioshock Infinite?
And also, we also have to I'm going to throw out a hex thing here, which this is not really doesn't have to have any weight on the conversation.
Yeah,
but
talk
you have
about
to-
niche shit.
No, not niche shit, but just saying about how the expectations on Bioshock Infinite, fucking after the other games, was fucking immense. So to even be in this discussion to me is impressive because they pulled off. I mean, like you said, I agree with about the bigger stuff. There were comment sections that weren't great, but I don't know. Overall experience, though, coming back to Tomb Raider, I never finished Tomb Raider, and part of that is the story aspect where it's like I don't, it's not as good. It just doesn't. It's not as compelling of a. But you're right.
I'm not
like,
going to replay Tomb Raider.
No, I just don't.
I'm not going to play Infinite again.
That was the first argument for.
I'm
like,
not going to do this
still-
podcast ever again. You're all fuckheads.
My vote goes for Tomb Raider, but I do agree with your point on replayability, though. I do find myself every now and then being like, kind of want to go play through Infinite again. That's with the combat that I hate. I still am like, kind of want to go do that.
I'm like the only person that was like, "Hey, combat, I kind of enjoyed it." The combat wasn't bad. It's the fact that there weren't enough different enemies. Like they all seemed kind of plain. It was just like soldier guy and then soldier guy that can use vigors.
Like, I agree with Hex, like, with the whole Elizabeth thing. It did at some point get annoying where just in the middle of combat, just like, Booker, catch! And then just
I just thought she could have been used in
Nah,
different
that shit was
ways.
OP. You were invincible during that shit. During that animation, you were invincible.
I
You guys
personally
used that
liked
to your
when-
advantage.
I think the button to pick up items off the ground was the same as the QuickTime event that popped up to take an item that she was offering.
Yeah.
So I'd be sitting there like looting something, and before she even got the words Booker catch out, I would just snap my view 180. I was just like, "Whoa, where are we going?" Like, it was just surprised. I'd be sitting there like, "Oh, look, some goddamn cigarettes. I'm gonna smoke the shit out of it. What the fuck?" And then there's like a coin flying at my face. It was fun.
All right, so Scott, what's your vote, Scott? I'll go around.
I have to say overall experience. I have to say Bioshock Infinite overall.
Okay.
I don't think Tomb Raider's a bad game or anything. I just don't. I just can't. I can't vote that as game of the year when Bioshock Infinite. I don't know. For me, exists. Yeah, because it was. I don't know.
And obviously, my vote is Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Hex.
Mine's Swapper.
Swapper. Okay, so
I had the
three.
most.
Three
I had the most
well,
Swapper. I thought the puzzles with it were fun. I thought the animation style was really cool. I thought it was a really good game. I had more fun with it than either Tomb Raider
fantastic.
or Infinite.
What do you think is the most well-rounded
Bioshock
game?
for me.
The most well-rounded. If we were saying most well-rounded game, no, I don't think Swapper would win.
That's
I
the
would
best
say
experience you had of these 5 games.
compared to those. Oh, okay, well, I didn't play Assassin's Creed, so I can't say anything about that. I don't get Stanley Parable. I enjoyed Tomb Raider. I enjoyed Infinite to an extent, but I think the most fun and the most time I put into a game was Swapper because I thought the story was cool. I thought the puzzles were cool. I liked the animation style. I also play mostly indie games, so sorry.
I forgive you.
Sorry, that's what I play the most of. I spent the most
You
time
should be
with that.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna sit here and play World of Warcraft like a fat neckbeard loser nerd. I hate you guys.
Fenton,
Yeah, only
What's your-
indie games like World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
what's your choice, Fenton? out of these 5?
Bioshock Infinite memes.
Yeah.
Memes
Out
are
of
rats.
those, out of those 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinite. yeah, all those concerns that were voiced about it are absolutely valid, but it was still a fantastic game, and also the only one out of those 5 I've played this year. So,
Wow.
There you go.
yep,
You can get on these. John,
I mean, nerd.
I think you said Bioshock.
Yeah, I said Bioshock.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Woo!
Brandon,
Me?
No,
What,
not you,
what's your vote, Tetra?
Oh, it doesn't matter at this point, I don't think. But
Your
mine was
voice
No, we
matters,
still wanna
know. Does
Tetra.
matter.
Tell us. Tell us.
mine was AC4
Oh wow. Still
because
sticking
no, well,
Never
okay.
mind. His voice doesn't matter anymore. He didn't vote for Bioshock. If it wasn't a vote for Bioshock,
Bioshock, like Nick said, it came in with like so much high expectation. Everyone, and it met in almost every aspect except for those ones that we listed before with the limited gameplay of gun mechanics and stuff like that. AC4, really, everyone expected it to be shit on this year, and at the core of it, it's a really solid game. A lot of new mechanics. Everyone was happy that played it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm more of an AC4 fan than I am like a Bioshock fan, but I just enjoyed the entire experience of playing as a pirate a lot better than the whole Elizabeth thing. I felt more engaged into the characters than I did with Infinite.
So AC4 for honorable mention for reverse letdown of the year.
yes, reverse.
I actually avoided buying that game because I was like real angry. I was like, "Oh, it's too soon after Assassin's Creed 3." Rah. And then apparently it worked out the opposite way.
Which is the
That
problem.
is Jim
Like I
Leahy
said.
from the Trailer Park Boys when you said that.
propane.
A lot of people expected it to suck, and it didn't.
And I
Yeah.
spent my $60 on Madden 25.
Unforgiving.
For free! And I nutted on her spell.
Oh my
All
god.
right, enough. I know we want to recreate the whole thing here, but
Oh, it was so good. Brandon,
I would probably abstain because I haven't played enough of these games to give a proper opinion.
Do not abstain.
There's no.
You
Well,
cannot
I
abstain.
would
You
have
are
to
unable
go.
to
Then I
abstain.
would have to go Bioshock, but that's by default. So
all right,
Bioshock
there it is.
Infinite memes.
there you have it.
There's
Bioshock-
infinite amounts of dimensions where they have an infinite amount of memes. Think about that.
Bioshock
that's
Infinite
true.
is your best single-player co-op experience of the year, with honorable mention to Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed 4, The Swapper, and The Stanley Parable. So there you go. That round table is finished. And next week, the big one, Game of the Year.
Oh, that's going to be a long podcast.
Yes, it is. Dota 2 will be up for that. So,
I'm not coming then. No,
I don't think it's going to win.
I mean, I will be coming. Let's be real. I have
Congrats to
but
Matt 25.
Madden 25. God.
But we're going to take a couple-minute break, and then we'll be back with some viewer questions. You running that, Brandon?
Yep.
I'm gonna pay.
I kind of knew
yeah,
Bioshock.
actually,
Yeah.
my vote for single player game of the year is the Mumble Piano Man.
Mumble Piano Man?
I really am bummed I missed Mobile Piano Man.
I think there's a recording of it.
Oh, is there awesome?
77X, welcome to the bro pile.
I
Thank
think
you
he's
so
a resub. Welcome back.
You might be. Welcome back, yeah. I kind of knew Bioshock was going to win that. Do I think Bioshock will win Game of the Year? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, either.
I am okay with it winning for best single player. It's a good game.
That list is going to be really fucking long. That's
It's gonna
all
be
I
hard,
know.
yeah. Hard to-
Call of Duty Ghosts, Game of the Year.
Well,
Just called it right there.
Scott's just like immediately disgusted.
yeah. Please don't. I don't even want to talk about it as like it's whatever. Because then all we do is we'll go down the cycle of being like, yeah, it's Call of Duty.
Well, this is how bad Call of Duty felt. Black Ops 2 tied for our multiplayer Game of the Year last year.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty was like not even remotely anywhere near anything this year. Infinity Ward, you're not doing well. Let's just put it that way.
Kill
Modern
yourselves.
Warfare 3 was in that same
Infinity,
boat.
I'm sure they're going to cry themselves asleep that KBMOD doesn't think Infinity Ward's doing well. They're going to dry their eyes with their
Oh
billions.
no,
$100 bills, yeah.
I think they're genuinely concerned at this point, not with
They,
us. Just
they
overall.
should be.
Just
If I released
overall.
that product, I would be very concerned.
You guys not talking
They're
about guys
not
this week?
because it sold a bunch on console, and that's all
Was
they
that
give a shit
it?
about it. Infinity Ward.
You guys did build guys this week. You didn't talk about it.
We did. Yeah, but these awards, they take lots of time.
God, those build guides took forever.
Yeah, they're a bit of a bitch, aren't they?
Yeah, Bob and I spent the better part of like 2.5 hours arguing over like, is this better? Is this better? Is this better? Is this better?
Now you know why we don't do them more often.
Yeah, once a month is more than. You know what? The $500 build is such a pain in the dick with RAM prices right now.
Yep,
It's so
terrible.
difficult.
Yep.
Yes, I can sympathize.
It was fun. Like I enjoyed doing it. I thought it was a fun to do because you get to. I don't know. I like to build computers even theoretically. So
Mm-hmm. I like just
That's
buy
how
parts.
I know that you are a fucking nerd, because you just said that sentence out loud.
All right, we're back.
I'm just kidding,
All
Lex.
right.
I love you.
On
Fucking
to
nerd.
your question. Let me get my.
I like to build computers even 3 electric in my mind.
3 Electric. I love
Theoretically.
I love 3 Electric building.
3 Electric.
This
I love Keanu electrically.
this first question is very specific, and I don't know that I have been in this situation. I don't know logistically how this happens.
Yeah, this
Hard-
wow.
Hardballer25 asks, "I just took a shit on my foot. What should I do?"
Cut it off.
Hardballer, you're good people, but there seems to be a trend where you just keep reaching these new lows. Every time we hang out, every time somebody's talking to you on Mumble, man, there's always a new low you're hitting. What do you do now? Clean off your fucking boot. Hopefully it landed on something
No
that
one said
wasn't
he's
your
gonna
actual-
No. First step you do is to figure out how it got there. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
key right there.
Well, this is also a question. We need more details, because there's all kinds of poops. Let's be real. There's the the shits where it just goes everywhere and dribbles on the back of your leg. I'm assuming that this shit right here that he's done is one that's pretty compact, because it must have hit the ground and bounced forward or something towards his foot, right?
A nice, yeah, like
Maybe
a,
he was
a
doing
high
yoga and
pressure
he shit his
stool.
pants.
I'm just trying to figure out where
Maybe
your
he's kneeling. I kind of
Yeah.
You'd have to be.
that
Was he
I'm
praying?
actually trying to do this right now.
You're trying to shit on your foot
The only
right
thing
now.
shit, it would hit the back. That would be your heel, though, wouldn't it?
No,
Yeah,
he
it
was
would hit your-
praying.
Still your
He was
foot.
praying.
That's
Yeah,
It's
it's
still your
technically
foot.
foot, but
Stick your nose in it to teach yourself a lesson.
That's an excellent response.
That's really good.
Mike's still digging.
Oh, my God. Fuck.
But
Fuck.
clean your foot. I
Yeah.
guess.
you
Clean
need
your foot.
Jesus and
Take
I
a
would
shower.
pray a bit.
You need Jesus.
You need
Take a
Jesus.
shower and go to church. That's
You
it.
fucked up. You're fucking up,
Not
boys.
happy with you right now.
All right. This next question I picked because wow, is it general?
It's a good question.
I don't know if I've
Slow
ever
or
received
serious?
this general of a question. Tacos 47.
It's also a
Ask.
good generic Twitter name too.
Great generic Twitter name.
I think it's a bot.
It's got to be a bot. It almost has to be.
Nice. Taco's in the chat right now, and he feels like shit. Thanks, man.
Wouldn't be the first time we've done that to someone. What is a game with a good story and good gameplay? Well, we just went over like 14 of them.
Are we
Yeah.
limited to
Swap
this
it.
year or just like all time?
Any of them. Any of them.
Any game ever, all time with good gameplay.
Pokemon
Super
Snap.
Mario.
That game had a fucking
Super Mario
great
Brothers.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good one. Great story.
Princess
Classic.
rescue her ass. There you go.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Or just,
Just turn the console
Well,
off. Don't play it.
Be destroyed by a giant turtle lizard man. Either way, we all win. I don't know. Video games is the answer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Video
that's a great
games
answer to
in
this
general.
question.
We'll keep it as general as the question was. Video games.
Yeah,
No, you
video.
know what?
League
That's
of
a very
Legends.
general question, and we should give a very specific answer. King of the Monsters on Super Nintendo.
Sold.
That's a good
Perfect
answer.
answer.
How
King of the
about Ride to
Monsters.
Hell Retribution?
No.
Well,
Don't tell
no.
anyone that's a good
It
thing.
won
for
an
a video
award
game.
this year.
Wasn't it
Yes.
shittiest game though?
It wasn't a good award, but it won one. Come on.
It's true.
We have a list of games we'll give you that are good enough to win an award of some sort.
That's yeah.
Head over to
You should check out
KBMOD.com.
KBMOD.com. Yeah.
I love the
Rhino
chat is
Dino
just
Horde is
throwing
also
shit out
excellent.
now. Postal 2, Day 1 Gary's Incident. Battle Badman 3D Revolution. Orion Dino Horde.
Sonic Labyrinth for the Game Gear. There you go. Go
Sonic
play that.
06 is the correct answer. All right. at Oh Hey Dialect asks, if you could own a franchise of any business, what would it be?
Easy, super easy for me. In and Out, because of how fucking
That's a good
modern
one.
they are all the time, and they sell very specific, a very specific product.
And you could get free in and out.
And yeah, hell yeah, free In and Out. But
Is this time, like, does it have to be modern time frame, or can it be at any point?
No.
I would own the
No.
Call of Duty franchise, like COD 4.
You were
No,
that is not the
Get out.
question.
He wants franchise of a business.
You were
so
disqualified.
It's a franchise of a
McDonald's or a
video game
Starbucks.
business.
No.
I would own a Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Are
that's
Starbucks
a good one.
franchised?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
like
I-
a whole franchise.
I don't think In and Out is franchise though, so I don't know if that counts.
What
I
about
think
you,
Yeah, I
Nick?
don't think
Is yours going to be Tim Hortons? Yep.
There we go. Hey,
Canada, you so predictable.
Canada.
Tim Hortons and poutine.
You cannot make more money in
Poutine's not a
Canada
franchise.
than
Then
opening
it's
up a Tim Hortons. If you open up a Tim Hortons, you may just
Cash
give me
flow.
the money.
What's yeah? I want to hear Touch's answer. What's a desirable franchise in Canada?
I just told you, Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
Okay, besides Tim Hortons though.
Yeah,
Any hockey team?
Any hockey team.
Buying stocks in.
You
Maple
really
Leaf
don't
Records.
understand.
You guys
what
don't
franchise
understand what
means, do
franchise
you?
means.
I don't
Toronto,
know, man.
Toronto Maple Leafs hockey franchise.
No.
Or
How-
hockey club.
Bitch, I ain't want to own that.
Yes, you would. You would.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not if you want to own a
there's-
winner, though.
I don't know
If
if
you wanna make
Micro
a lot of
Center's
money.
franchised, but if it is,
Oh,
What?
NCIX. NCIX. is
Yeah.
a good one, too.
there you go.
Yeah, Canadian one.
For your purposes, especially. Um,
But yeah, basically
Um,
everything. The only exception to what we have up here that doesn't exist in the States is like largely is the Tim Hortons.
we have
So-
one in Pittsburgh. We'll
Where's the
get
Tim-
the second one.
There's one in Erie, too.
What is it? I don't even know what
It's
it
a
is.
coffee
Coffee
shop.
shop.
Coffee
Oh, it's a
shop.
coffee shop.
Oh.
But instead of paying $5 for a coffee like you do at Starbucks, you pay $1.50.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Solid. I would own Activision Blizzard because I want to retire into a machine that keeps me alive forever, made solely out of gold.
Again, not
Idiots.
This
franchise.
is really
You
helpful
and
to
extra us have something
Do
in
you
common.
I was
guys
gonna say,
know
this
what
is-
a
I-
This just makes
franchise
everybody
is?
on this podcast, but like,
This
like
is
me,
actually
Brandon.
really
A
helpful
franchise
to
is a
know who I
business
will
that
never
can
hire
buy.
from this
I s-
cast.
Open your own shop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually misread this. That's the problem. I thought it was a franchise or any business. He said a franchise of any
Of
business.
any
Of
business.
any business.
Yeah, that's my
So
confusion.
some
Okay,
of us are
no.
just
I
incompetent,
understand the
and others
concept
of
of
us
a
just can't
franchise.
read.
Oh, that's why I'm confused.
I'm a skimmer. I don't read.
I'd get
Well,
Taco Bell and I'd be sipping on Baja Blast every day of my life.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
But Scott's answer was
And you would
correct.
die
In and
at
out.
30.
You can franchise an In and Out.
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure. You can
Yeah.
own an In and Out franchise.
I don't-
So-
I don't
Um,
think they're franchised, but I will
They aren't
accept. I will
franchised?
accept that as an answer because I don't know.
I don't think they are.
I don't think
Um,
Micro Center is either, because that'd be my answer. But
Can I own Warcraft, like the whole
right, you know
franchise?
what?
'Cause then
Get out.
my
You
answer
just-
doesn't change.
You don't
No.
understand how
Can I
franchises
own
work.
any business that
Apparently not.
makes generic.
How is
pocket
that not a
money?
franchise of the video game industry? I don't understand.
No, no,
How
no,
is
no.
Warcraft not a franchise?
No,
Because the
It's a
video game
franchise.
industry is not a company.
X.
Okay,
it's
so
like
then
a
it's a
Burger
franchise
King.
of
a franchise-
That's
King
a business.
franchise.
They're
You
an
own a
LLC.
Burger King
It's
franchise.
a video game.
This isn't like Call of Duty. It's
A franchise is a store that you can buy for its license and like its name, and then you have to pay monthly royalties to own that
I don't
store.
get it, guys. Call of Duty's making that paper. They're like,
I'm gonna
so.
go Call of Duty then. That kind of franchise, got it.
All right, I'll give you two examples because I think this is a pretty
We
good
still have to
question.
give examples.
I'm gonna give my answer.
There's been like 6 examples.
I'm giving my answer, Nick. There's a place called Top Golf in Texas, which is like an electronic golf course, like a
I've seen these places. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Right.
it's a driving range with like electronic golf balls, and you can play games and things with your friends and try and hit in certain spots and stuff. And they mint money, like they are full all the time, and it's crazy. The other one I would say is similar. I forget what it's called. There are various different places with this kind of concept, but the like the trampoline arena things. where you have like dodgeball and it's all trampolines.
I've never seen this
the
before.
fuck?
Well, see, that's
Trampoline dodgeball is
exactly
the
why I
greatest
franchise.
answer.
it.
Sounds like the
Yeah,
best
Google
fucking
that.
answer I've ever heard.
I think there's one called Sky Zone, which is in St. Louis.
Oh
where
no,
I've
we
been
have
to.
one about 20 minutes north of us. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like basically it's a big trampoline. It's like a bunch of trampolines all put together with a bunch of padding on them, and you play dodgeball on it.
That's pretty sweet.
So
Yeah.
those I would definitely do either of those.
Tetraninja's answer was correct. Tim Hortons, you can definitely own a franchise. So there you go. And you would just roll in cash.
Now that I understand the question, I'm gonna change my answer to In-N-Out Burger, which I know someone else already said, but there aren't any on the East Coast, so I would be rolling in it because there are none around here.
Yeah, and they ain't never gonna give you that shit.
I would go with
Well,
Taco Bell.
In this
I'm going with
hypothetical
Taco
situation,
Bell.
they've already
Yeah,
given it to
Taco
me,
Bell.
so-
Oh, dude, I would do a Taco Bell too. Fuck.
Yeah, we're all gonna do Taco Bell.
I would do the Kentucky Hut, the rare Kentucky Hut.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
The young nubile
Yeah.
Kentucky Huts.
I'm assuming this is Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco Bell in one thing.
Roaming
Pizza Hut.
free
And
across the
Pizza
plains.
Oh, and Pizza Hut.
It's
See,
all,
I see a lot of Taco Bell Pizza Huts, but I've never seen a Kentucky Hut.
yeah, we used to have a Kentucky Hut on campus, but they kept giving us free shit when we were drunk, so they got closed down eventually. And by we, I mean every student at Pitt got like just free shit all the time up in there.
Nice.
But yeah, they shut down, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It was awesome though.
It should be noted that at the Sky Zone I franchise, we would call it Doge Ball.
Nice memes.
God damn it.
Call it meme ball.
All right, this next question at Smuffins. What was each of you guys' favorite film, album, and game of 2013? Game, I think we're going to skip.
Just pick one. Favorite film, album,
Alright.
or game. You get to pick whichever was your favorite of anything.
Okay,
Fuck.
I'll
That's
go
fair.
album. Desire Lines by Camera Obscura. Very good. The Lord album is extremely good as well. Those two. Probably
I will go album,
2013.
and I would say like Clockwork from Queens of the Stone Age was my album this year.
I don't know.
I don't listen to music.
What?
I listen to music, but I only listen to shit
Video
that like
game
hasn't come out
soundtracks.
this year because I'm still catching up on everything. I know. Well, actually, more accurately, I just listen to the same album from like 2010 over and over and over. It's really Manifesto somewhere in the between. It's like the only album I listen to right now. I'm one of those motherfuckers that'll just listen to something on repeat until it gets old.
Well,
So
if it came out in 2010, it's old.
yeah, it's getting there.
Brandon.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna-
I have no answer.
film this year. Well, I mean, I have so many favorite films. Favorite? Fuck, I don't know.
no
One of my
films were
favorites.
good this year for me.
What?
None.
You're out of your mind.
I'd say my favorite
No
album was
films?
Random Access Memories.
I don't watch movies.
Really?
Daft Punk. Yeah.
That Daft Punk record is extremely
It's a good album. Yeah, it was a really good album.
Pretty good.
Actually,
Did
yeah, I did
Batman
listen to
come
that
out
album. I
last-
guess I'd say that it wasn't bad.
That or Yeezus. I like Yeezus a lot.
Well, name some
man,
movies this
Magna
year,
Carta.
Scott.
Name some movies. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I mean, one of my favorite. You probably haven't seen a lot of
I
them.
never
are
go.
horror films. Horror films.
Horror
Horror films? Horror
I
films.
saw a lot of horror films this year. The Conjuring was one of my favorite.
Oh,
horror
The Conjuring
films
is
this year.
really
It
good.
was really good.
Wait, do
Highly
you
recommend.
actually? I'd like to pick. I like to picture Scott in the theater just doing the same shit he does when he's like playing
It is.
Outlast. Just
It
like,
is.
oh shit! Say they're screaming in like some poor woman's ear, just, like sitting there out on a date, and he's like, "Rippy dippy, rippy dippy," screaming this poor woman's head off.
Yeah, it's not quite to those levels, but I do. Yeah, forget. But yeah, no, The Conjuring was really good this year. Also, Your Next was a really good film.
Your Next was surprisingly really good.
Was
My favorite album was Global Dedication by Kuhn.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And that's not a racial term, he's from Belgium.
And he's white as fuck.
And it ends with an E.
And it does.
I love how you had to clarify that.
I know, because there's going to be comments. Watch the chat, it'll probably be there.
Anion's already typed
Sure.
"wow" in all caps. I guarantee you. I'm not.
Yeah,
even
my favorite movie of the year was definitely not Desolation of Smart. That movie sucked ass.
Well,
Wreck-It Ralph
what was that movie about robots punching
Frozen.
dudes in the face?
I like
Pacific
Frozen.
Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim was solid. It was a fun movie. I don't really watch movies.
hold me
It's
back.
very rare that I
I
go.
don't think
out
there
to
was like. I didn't find there was like a movie that stood out. They're just movies that didn't suck.
I feel like my favorite movie this year is probably Gravity. I really like Gravity.
Oh, that's
Gravity
what
looks good.
I didn't
Gravity-
like it.
everyone's saying.
Dang.
Except not at all.
I
I've
really-
never heard anybody say Gravity is good. I've only heard people say Gravity isn't as good as everyone's saying, which is like,
Well, that's
okay,
fucking asinine. Like what?
right? That's like everybody says like the greatest fucking movie. Like, I actually, not a
movie.
single person has said that to me. I'm glad. I'm glad that that's what we're getting at. Okay,
All
but
right.
I don't know.
I haven't really watched movies, but I would say my favorite TV/film related thing would be Boardwalk Empire this year.
Not bad
You know what
choice.
you know what I just found out, and I feel like I need to go back and watch. Apparently, Kevin Bacon's been in a series that's been running for 7 years, and I just saw a what's the
The Following?
the following?
Is that-
Yes, and I saw a thing, and I was like, wow, is that a new show? And someone was like, no, it's been out for 7 years, and it's really good. I need to start watching that. I didn't even know about.
I feel like 2013, at least for me, was not a year of anything that like blew me away. It had a lot of really really good stuff, but what didn't like. It wasn't
We
anything
should
like,
talk about
ridiculous.
TV. Netflix, man, fucking.
Ooh, actually,
TV, man.
Oh yeah,
Orange is the New Black.
Breaking
House of
Bad,
Cards.
Orange is the New
House
Black.
of Cards. Yeah.
Yo, when did
yeah,
What
so-
come out by Bo Burnham?
Like
Is that technically
3 weeks
2013?
ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
2013.
was last month.
That's true.
I'll go with that. That shit's so
All right.
good.
Yeah, I'm taking that then.
All right.
I would also say Breaking Bad. I marathoned it in
Oh.
a month. I marathoned
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
5
well,
seasons in a
TV
month.
shows wasn't included, so
Well,
no.
it's
This is
included
true.
now. Get right.
We included it.
Well, if it's included now, then that's everybody's answer. except
Become,
Yeah,
mine.
become
Breaking Bad.
upset.
So-
Except
become
mine,
upset
because
about
I
it.
couldn't
Upset.
get to it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's no
Yeah, I
longer
haven't
our
seen
favorite
any
things. It's just
Breaking
like I really like all this shit.
Like,
saying I like Breaking Bad a lot is like saying, oh yeah, chicken tastes good. No shit. It's like the most basic fucking answer. It's just there's no like. Of course it won. It's fucking Breaking Bad. It's legendary.
right,
Nothing else
this-
even stood a chance.
This next question is very specific to an event going on right now, an event that you're done watching us. In fact, you should probably just multi-stream it anyway. Awesome Games Done Quick has started up today. Of course, the speedrunning marathon that's done every year along with Summer Games Done Quick, I believe is the name of the other one. And they're saying, what game are you most hyped for at Awesome Games Done Quick 2014? Now, these are all speedruns. I gotta say, I watched Amnesia last year.
Put the schedule in chat.
Yeah, Amnesia is insane to watch.
Really.
The ones where they glitch really hard. I watched a dude beat Cave Story in an hour before the podcast.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
I was
Did
watching
you do Hell?
Yeah, he beat the whole thing.
Oh, you know what he said about? Wait, what do you mean hell? Is that the section? Or was
It's
that...
the last level.
Yeah. He said that was not the hardest section of the game in his opinion either. He was like, it's not as hard as people say.
He said for
For
Oh,
his,
that guy's not human.
speed running, it's not.
yeah.
It's not
Well,
like the
I'm
hardest.
most excited for Deus Ex tomorrow. So
Yeah, Deus Ex. I like seeing games that are normally like a bajillion hours, like Deus Ex.
Yeah, same.
And a dude just destroys it in
Like I can appreciate Cave Story, but I've never played it. But like when I watch someone, well, even the same thing. Like I haven't played Dark Souls, but I know how fucking hard it is, and I've watched enough of it. Like watching someone like fly through Dark Souls, I'm like, holy shit.
Well, like Metal Gear Solid. I watched Metal Gear Solid last year. If you haven't seen someone speedrun Metal Gear Solid, that
It's
game
insane.
took so long
Yeah,
in
that's
the
it.
day.
If
And he
that's the thing
beats-
that they're doing, that's my answer because that's a great game.
I gotta watch
his
that.
His time is an hour 25.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what? Personally,
Wow.
I just really like watching games that I never really thought could be speed ran. Like something that you
Yeah.
think of as speed run and it just doesn't occur to you, right?
Yeah,
So-
that's definitely Metal Gear is up there on that list.
I would
doing
say I
Shut Up-
saw a guy speed run Tony Hawk 3 in I think 4 minutes. It was crazy.
Wait, what?
About 4 minutes to beat the entirety of Tony Hawk 3 while getting all 3 of the Move Exhibition medals.
So what
That
is
was
he
like-
just
that was like his
glitching through
category.
Everything? Like what? How the?
There were very
How
few
does that work?
glitches. The only real glitch that I saw he used was there was like some weird way to manipulate the jump physics to get like way more air. It had something to do with like grinding and then jump. I don't know. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't that heavy on the glitches. There was a couple of like cutscene skips and things like that, minor glitches that save time. But just looking at this schedule, I see Spyro 3, Spyro Year of the Dragon. What a fucking
That
game!
was earlier today.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I watched,
started
I
at
watched
around
Beautiful
noon.
Joe earlier today, which was awesome.
Oh, that must have been
I
a good one,
really
yeah.
want to see that because I love
It was
that game.
awesome.
What a game.
Mine is obviously Mirror's Edge with my boy Oven Donkey.
Oven Donkey, what a name.
Yeah.
Things like this, there's actually right after this cast ends, in fact, in 2 minutes here, but right after the cast ends, I'm going to be switching over there to watch the I Want to Be the Guy run, which is one of the hardest, most brutal troll platformers that there is. Like, this game takes many, many, many hours.
I thought I Wanted to Be the Guy had random sections, or they're not all, it's not random, you just have to learn it. I thought there was, like...
I Want to Be the Guy followed by Hotline Miami.
Yeah, Hotline Miami, I would love to see.
I would actually say the one going on right now, Banjo-Kazooie, is pretty awesome. It's long, but
Banjo-Kazooie is a great.
The fact that gets speedrun in 2 hours is crazy. Because I remember spending days on it as a kid.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll have this up all day tomorrow, but you guys should go check it out. It's for a great cause, obviously.
The funniest part about all this is seeing all these random ass games up on
I was just about
the
to
top
say
5 on Twitch. Like, it's just so hilarious. All these random games.
You ever see the guy speedrun? Well, I don't know if all of us here have played the whole way through Doom 2, but dude beats Doom 2 in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, actually, Doom is a very impressive speedrun. Yeah,
and they say there's a lot of sections that are extremely sketchy. Like, you could die very easily, and obviously deaths.
Death means your run's over and you have to restart.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're also
go check it out, guys.
Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
Yeah.
Is that actually on there?
Yeah. Hour and 10
Hell
minutes.
yes.
Hey, you, what you gonna do?
So this last question...
Oh, God.
I saved it from last week because not everyone was here. This is from Anion. Long time
Oh, damn it.
follower.
Oh, God.
He sent this email
on your
last
band
week.
after this.
Long-time listener, long-time welfare user.
Hey, guys.
Wow.
Long-time listener, first-time email questioner. First, I'd like to give a shout-out to my boy, Lamaraquan. He's not watching right now because he's in jail for stealing soap from a McDonald's bathroom, but I'll tell him about it later. I have a question to ask the entire podcast. My question is, what is the worst thing you've ever jacked off to? And would you ever jack off in the presence of any KBMOD bros, presumably at the next LAN?
Jesus.
You know, for the kids and all. For me, it would be a tennis ball. It was a weird time for me, and I'm not proud of it. But it helped make me who I am today. Thanks, buddies.
Oh, boy.
Buddy.
I'm not supposed to say into because he said a tennis ball.
Into or...
tennis ball?
Yeah.
That was a
Or did he jack
copy-paste
off
from
to
his
a
email.
tennis ball.
So,
I mean,
you
do
jacked
you
off
mean like
to
you
a
just
tennis
sat a tennis ball on a coffee table and was like,
Yeah. That's what it
Crank it out? Wow.
Took some
look at you, you're so
inspiration.
round and vibrant? Like,
Hey, the smell of a new tennis ball could get me off.
okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
So, I immediately thought we discussed this a little before the podcast. I immediately thought of, I wish Alex was still in the chat. I don't know if he is. But, there is a video floating out there on YouTube of us discussing Alex finding some pornography of a grandma, just a naked grandma rolling around in a pool of mud.
Naked
Nice.
And
Mud grandmas
that
are good.
immediately was like, well, did he jack off to that? Because that's pretty weird. Like
Yeah.
that,
I don't
that would be
think-
right
I
up
don't
there.
think he jacked off to it, though. I think he...
Yeah, I
He
think
turned
you
my
just
camera off
It
for a
ain't no
minute.
grandma. Ain't no
Yeah.
grandma.
Yeah, ball draining suck job anal grandma. Yeah, that was the
What?
the original video.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
But
I would like to be
I don't
excused from the
know.
podcast now, please.
Come on.
I've never
Think
really,
deep.
I've
Think
never really
deep.
jerked off to anything that weird. I mean, like, there's
Yeah.
a couple of things where, like, and I wish I could think of some specific examples because I would be happy to share. But like, every now and then you get that like that sort of, like, you finish and then you're like, the fuck am I doing? Like,
Yes. But,
like,
yes.
what?
And the older I get, the more
That's
frequent
not
it happens.
okay. Like,
That was my
And, like,
dog.
Because...
it happens every now and again, and and you're just kind of like, and because you never start on one thing and that's all you jerk off to.
No.
This isn't the '70s. Like, you just
This is the 70s.
you click a video, and then all of a sudden there's all these related videos. You have this whole plethora of porn you've never seen every single night you jerk off, which is, I mean, for most of us, let's be honest, at least once a day. And like, it's incredible. The internet age is incredible. There's all these things. So like, you just sit here and just bounces, ping pong all over the place. And eventually, sometimes I actually read a study saying that arousal suppresses disgust. So you end up on some weird shit, and like that just happens to be when your timer goes off, and then just
It sounded to me like you said ping pong ball, but I might have heard that wrong.
ping pong. Like that's not what I meant. That's going back and forth. But you just kind of bounce from place to place is what I meant. Think of a ping pong ball that gets knocked off the table and like everybody's scrambling after
A ping pong ball you can jerk off.
We're all avoiding
Everybody's running after me like, no, come back here. You shouldn't be doing that.
Let's just go person by person. Nick, you go first. Weirdest thing.
Which one?
Yeah, you have to fucking.
Three of us.
Jesus Christ.
Nick, sorry.
Maybe something really dumb in my teenage years, but honestly, I don't jerk off to anything like ridiculous.
God, everyone here is lying. Next,
No, seriously, I can't think. I've had some disgust moments, but like I can't think of any specific. I haven't been like, oh, pterodactyl porn. Like everybody's seen pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
And I haven't jerked off to it. I didn't jerk off to 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I didn't jerk off to Smurf porn. Like I've sent those links to a lot of my friends, but I've never actually partaken in their original intended purpose.
Mine's not so much something like disgusting like that. All right, I'll just go. Mine's more
You feel like
embarrassing
you want to
because
do this? Let's do
of the situation I got into. So.
Oh wow! I don't even know where this is gonna go.
All right, I'm just gonna say that. Hopefully, my parents never listen to this goddamn podcast. But let me just say that last year I was home for Christmas, okay, and I was hard up.
Wow.
Oh
We all know how it goes when you're at home and you're visiting family and you're like, God, there's no privacy. Well, I had a moment of privacy, and there also is something else about my house, though, is that the internet and the router and everything is in the basement. So getting Wi-Fi upstairs is very difficult. And I have Sprint, and 3G is an issue. So you go in, you put your phone out, you got a few minutes apiece. I put in whatever. I'm searching for mobile porn, and the connection is very poor. It's very, very poor. And I'm quickly realizing that I'm not going to have the plethora of options that I normally have, at my own residence. So
the luxury.
The luxury, right?
This is no luxury porn.
I realized that really the only way this is going to happen is if I start browsing GIFs, because that's really the only thing my phone can load at this point.
GIFs.
And I may or may not have come across. I found a GIF of not even like that attractive of a woman. I don't even know where it was. I mean, the woman was like okay looking. But
she was doable.
She was doable, but the problem was she was. Let's just say that there was a dick ejaculating on her face.
Wow.
And the problem was that was the only thing that would load on my phone. And I tried a lot of things, and for some reason. On the 3G, that was the only thing that would load. And you know what I said?
See, but the thing is, I wouldn't even consider that weird. It's weird. Well, it's
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Weird that you're that desperate to get a nut
It's
off.
someone blowing a load on a woman's face. Like that's in
I
the
know,
realm of
but it was
formality.
the fact that it's a gift, and it was only
Formality.
Like, and it kept looping, and I was like, "This is never gonna happen. I can't do it." But
Chat, this is low. Even for
There's a lot of
Scott,
there's a lot of porn gifs though.
There are a lot of porn gifs.
Like I've never jerked off to a porn gif, but
no,
like
I know, but for me,
I
it was just
think
a real
it's
low because I
possible.
was like, at that point, you know what I should have done? I should have kept my self-respect, and I should have just used the mental library, and I should have just jerked off to one of the many things in my memory bank. But I didn't, and I jerked to that GIF, and it was, oh god.
well, I guess if
Magical.
if a gif is is weird, then I guess
yeah. It wasn't because of the dick.
then I guess my weirdest thing is erotic fiction. that I mean, there we go.
Even that's pretty normal.
Yeah,
then
there we
the
go.
image is all in your head. So how weird
That's
could
true.
it be?
That's true.
As weird as I fucking want it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
How weird did you make it, Nick?
PewDiePie and Captain Sparkle.
Oh, I said erotic
Oh,
fiction.
Hell
not
yeah! Now we're talking about
fan
language.
fiction. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. I don't even know.
Oh man.
Well,
I
I'm
would,
not
okay,
gonna
so
embarrassing
Scott's
gifts,
story
but-
now, I have figured out what it is. After hearing Scott's story, I figured
I've been
it out.
inspired.
I've been inspired. I dig through the memory banks. It is an artist's rendition of nude Christina Hendricks. That is what it is.
Oh.
Nice.
That's still not even that weird.
It's not that weird, but that's the weirdest thing that I can
Yeah.
think of.
Yeah.
I think we're all somewhat normal.
Yeah,
is
but
the problem.
I think sometime in my teenage years, like early teenage years, I probably got off to something really simple. Like it was like that basket's really round. Here we go.
That basket. Wow.
Like I'm sure it was probably something like it just like set me off.
Yeah,
'cause
when you're a
at
young
that
horny
point
kid,
it's a hair trigger.
you get like a static shock on your zipper and you're fucking your pants.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter.
Anion is severely disappointed in the chat right now. I was like, man, he expected some freak shit and did not get it apparently.
Yeah.
I went and jerked
Anion,
off
there's
to
nothing
Brandon
weird
reading,
for me. I've never oh.
I think he was
Brandon
expecting
reading
someone to
50
be like,
Brandon reading 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I
Got that VOD. Ooh, VOD, baby.
definitely.
Yeah.
I know Brandon's not going to answer this question. He won't.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
No.
This seems like an awkward time to leave because people probably think I'm going to go jerk off, but I am holding in probably the worst shit of all time. Like in human history.
Make sure you don't hit your
go
foot.
early.
I'll
You
show
guys have
you
fun.
guys what the weirdest thing is for
I'm
me.
gonna
Hold
go-
on.
No.
he's gonna show it.
Listen, Blacklight, if you bring your webcam in, I will have a new low of what I've jacked off to.
I don't think. Okay, well, I'll see how many USB extension
I just
cords.
don't understand why he's going to take a dump and not pooping or not jerking off at the same time.
That's true.
God damn it, John. For the audio listeners, the picture is Brandon sleeping on a pillow with his mouth open.
Just not look impressed.
God.
I don't know if you ever wander.
I only
into
know
the
other
land-
people's answers.
If
And
you
that's
ever
the
wander
weirdest thing
into the
for
land
me.
of Asian porn, there's always something weird going on.
Yeah,
Japan.
see,
What are
now
you doing?
we're separating them because I have. I mean, oh my God, have I watched some shit? But there's a separation between watching and jacking off to it.
Have I watched some shit? Let me tell you about it.
Scott's tube searches are famous.
Oh my God, did I tell you? Oh God, the NSA's on my ass. This is totally unrelated, but I was trying to show my friend a song, and literally the name of the song is "How to Be a Terrorist," and I typed it in the real song, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Oh God,
Making some serious mistakes.
Yeah, it was bad.
I've done shit like that too. Like one time I was like, I want to know what was in like napalm, and I just googled like what's in napalm, and then like after I did it, I realized I'm like, oh
Black
god,
screen, so-
just right into Google, not even incognito, just right there.
God damn it. Did Dan freeze on the
Yeah,
screen?
he's frozen.
This camera is great.
But it's good because he's joyful.
Happy.
All right,
I
Dan,
am.
that's how we'll always remember him.
Yep.
Oh.
That's gonna be on his tombstone. That image engraved. I hope in the future.
No, there'll be a
tombstones-
GIF on Dan's
No,
tombstone.
yeah, I hope in the future we have gifts, and then on Scott's we can put the woman getting a load blown under her.
That's how we'll always remember Scott.
Yep.
So there you have it, guys. Episode 123.
We didn't answer the second part of that question.
Oh,
The second part.
What was the second part?
would you jack off in the
jack off?
presence of any other
No.
KBMOD
No.
bros? No. The answer is no.
Absolutely.
I don't think I
not.
physically could, even like if
No, I don't
I had all of the best stuff. Like I don't think I could.
Not
Nope.
that,
Have you
not
ever
that
watched
they
the
would
best
know
stuff?
about.
All the
Even-
best.
Even if I was in the
Fine.
that white matrix room and I could pull up anything I wanted to in my mind, I couldn't do it because
Yeah, no, not at all.
Have
I
you
just-
ever watched a porn with other guys?
No. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
no.
Oh
actually,
yeah,
yes.
that
It's-
yeah. I've never
Yeah.
understood that real broy. Like I kind
No,
of well,
it's
I've
weird.
done it a few times.
It
But
gets really weird, and then like you know the one guy wants to like whip it out and start jacking off.
well, the only
Yeah.
porns of,
The one dude,
I've
he's looking around constantly. He's real nervous.
the only quote unquote porns I've ever seen with other dudes is like the shock porn that like
Yeah,
you know,
well.
2 girls and one cup
he
kind of
fucked.
stuff.
He fucked. So it was a good watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Barry, my friend Barry, the guy who shit off the roof, always comes back to Barry. He used to put on real uncomfortable porn
Dalesy
Like-
just subscribed. Thank
at parties.
I'm glad
just-
this is what made
just,
Dale
uh,
subscribe.
Why do I feel like
but-
every podcast we ever do, at the end we're talking about porn? I feel like everyone.
Because we're all
Come on,
horny as
listen to
shit.
KBMOD.
Well,
But
there you-
that's it. Episode 123.
well,
Single player game of the year, Bioshock Infinite.
Bioshock and
Follow
porn.
us At
Single player
KBMOD.
game of the year, jerking off to weird shit. That's what it is.
Yeah, Rule 34 Elizabeth.
The best
Here I
single
come.
player game of 2013 for me was masturbation.
you know what? That is accurate, Nick.
Worked on so many levels.
So
But
many
you can-
levels. Dude, I always win at that
So-
game. That's what's incredible about that. I never, I'm
And
a
for all
difficult-
for the next future years until I
Speed running that
can't
game.
fuck-
Each night.
Oh, sometimes I am speed running.
depends on how much lube I've got.
Mike
on-
Pollock has the record, 43 seconds.
Yep.
That's
yeah,
not
that
the
is a
record.
record. Holy shit.
But that's it. That is really it. That's the end of the podcast.
Okay, we're done.
We'll see you guys next time for Game of the Year next week. Make sure you can follow us all on Twitter. I think all our Twitters are on the screen right now. And yeah, big thanks to Tetraninja for coming out, offering his expertise.
Thanks, dude.
And we
Always a
may
pleasure.
get back next week if we can, possibly, because that's a big category. It's a big.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time.
If you're watching live, go watch
Later.
Speedrunning or Lethal Frag's last stream of his 2-year
Yep.
challenges tonight
Lethal
too.
Frag.
Frag's
challenge.
live stream's gotta be.
What a guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
So go check those out.
Later, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Peace.